Shador Sanders oblique, Odell Beckham Jr. playing in 2025, Caleb Williams subpar practice reports, and Justin Jefferson is still not planning to practice this week. All of these NFL news items and more tonight. I'm Chris the Candyman. Welcome to the Fantasy Football Garage. Let's draft some best ball teams. The agenda for tonight, best ball manias, maybe some eliminators. We'll see what we can get into. Come say what up in the chat. Make sure you slap the like button on your way in. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching this in the future, make sure you're subscribed. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers by the start of the NFL season. We're getting real close. So close. But I need your help. So make sure you're subscribed. Help me out. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Come chill with us. Talk fantasy football strategy, NFL news. There's a lot of sharp people in this community. Come be a part of it and hang out with us, draft some teams. We've been drafting best ball teams and dynasty teams and high stake managed league redraft teams all summer long, and we're not stopping anytime soon. It's hot best ball summer. Let's get right into it. The intro. Say what up to the chat and kick off this first best ball mania draft. Let's go. But overall, it's like the guy can ball. Like actions speak louder than words. How we doing tonight, fellas? What's up? What's good? It's Wednesday, and we're here on August 13th, drafting best ball teams, getting after it. This is a best ball mania on Underdog Fantasy. I'm drafting from the 10 spot. So kind of honestly, not a bad position to be in. If you're like me and you believe that there's 18, maybe 17 first round caliber draft picks in this year's fantasy landscape, then the back end of the draft is a pretty good spot to be in. Let's see what we can get into here. Let me check in with y'all, say what up to the chat, and get rocking. We got Jeff T in here. The first one stopping by tonight. Deuce Vaughn, the running back you need in fantasy football. Now that is some clickbait title. I love it. Shout out to Kansas State. People forget K-State put up some numbers against Alabama in 2022, it must have been. Yeah, December. Maybe it was January 2023. New Year's. Yo, what up, Nick Bach? Winning the flex. You guys know Nick Bach from the Discords, from Twitter, from his YouTube channel, where he's also streaming fantasy football content. He does the quad box. He gives his takes, and fun guy to draft with. Make sure you check him out too. Got Hartman in here. GM, the fantasy sharp Hartman, formerly known as my dog. What's up, brother? He once said, always a dog, never a sharp. Well, tonight's your lucky night. Hope you're doing good, my friend. Hope your Wednesday's going well. Getting after these drafts. GM Bindles, co-host of the Ballsy Show, a stud, a dynasty bro, a best ball bro. He doesn't take shit from anyone. He smokes his stogies inside. We had a really fun show on Monday night with Steve Schaup from the Fanspeak Network. We do the Ballsy Show every Monday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We flip back and forth between my channel here and Bindle's channel. Links in the description for Bindle's channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Go follow him on Twitter, and you can check out his free Discord. Come in there. There's dynasty rankings, tiers. We have a trade channel. Check it out. Man, Puka Nacua has been falling. Do I have to take a Monraw? I mean, this is my all tournaments. Let me do my best ball mania exposures. I've got way more Puka than a Monraw. So, or I could go Achan. Let me go ahead and go Amon-Ra and see what happens. Just to even out the exposures. I've got like 14% Puka, 11% Amon-Ra. Let's even that out a little bit. If Achane or Jinty is there with my next pick, I'll do it. Obviously, Puka or Brian Thomas can't go wrong. DWB Mania, what's good, brother? What are you guys getting into tonight? What are you drafting? I threw up a poll question tonight. Make sure you smash that like on your way in. The question of tonight is James Cook. James Cook. Are we drafting James Cook? Are we fading James Cook in fantasy? I came back and I was like, did we miss any picks? Nope, we're good. We go St. Brown, Devon Achane. You guys know how it is. I got 2 young kids. I got a 3-year-old, almost a 3-year-old, and I got a newborn. Duty calls. So if I ever leave the stream, you guys already know what's going on. The kids wake up. The kids always wake up. And the almost 3-year-old is having a hard time going to bed tonight. So we'll see. I think we solved the problem. I think we're good. But dad duties, you guys know how it goes. If your dad's out there, if your dog dads out there, there's always something, right? I mean, you guys have seen me on stream. I've let the dog out like practically once every 2 hours every time I stream. And she's asleep right here. The dog is right here. She's doing good. I'll catch up with y'all. Let me make this pick. It's obviously Devontae Adams. It's just too easy, right? I mean, this is a 6 start. Amon-Ra. Jeez, I need to change this. I was doing eliminators, so I had weeks 1, 2, and 3 up, and I was like, wait a second, Amon-Ra week 17 playing Baltimore? No, it's week 3. I'm gonna go Devontae Adams. It's just too easy. It's just too obvious. Kyron Williams, I think, is a decent pick there. Honestly, if I get Kittle, T-Mac, Worthy, even Breece Hall, I'm excited. We could pull up Travion. Let's see where he goes in this one. But yeah, the dog, she's right here. She's always sleeping next to me here in the office. She's the easy one these days. Go figure. Oh god. We'll see how long this lasts. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday night. Thanks for being here. Make sure you slap the like on your way and make sure you're subscribed. If you're a new viewer, if you're new to the channel, come say what up. Get in here. Ooh, there goes Cook. So Cook goes to 38. He's rising as well. Kittle or Breece? Kittle or Breece? Let's do a little Breece. Let's just make sure we keep sprinkling Breece in every once in a while. It's a pretty strong start, in my opinion, to go Breece Hall, Devontae Adams, Devon Achane, Amon-Ra St. Brown. So almost took Kittle. Thought about it for a second there. Felt like a strong way to start, balanced. And then you never know. Maybe Laporta falls to 82. Maybe I can get someone at 106 that I really like for a tight end. Stacking partners, Tua later. Got Goff as an option. Could be a Justin Fields team. Probably not Stafford with what's going on lately. Have you guys just been avoiding Stafford, or are you scooping him up at pick like 190 or whatever? I've seen him going pretty late. Sometimes people just kind of auto draft him around pick 160 or so, or whatever his ADP is these days. But I don't know. We'll see. It's not looking great. Let me catch up with y'all. Appreciate you being here. You guys know how it goes. Formerly known as WTF. Hartman, get out of here. Stars, what's up, brother? Cook over Kyron and Breece. Yes. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I get the case for Cook over Breece. I see that very clearly. Just the team, the offense, the scoring opportunities, right? The backfield companions. You could argue for Braylon Allen versus Ray Davis. Actually, Ray Davis is probably a little bit better, but they've been talking up Braylon Allen a good amount. We even saw Isaiah Davis get some work. Kyron, I think, is just head and shoulders above Breece and Cook in terms of his opportunity and then the number of touchdowns he has access to historically. But talent-wise, I think you can't argue that Breece Hall is the most talented of those three. So I'll bet on talent. Hope the opportunity comes. Wow. So Travion Henderson, not off the board yet. I bet he goes in the next 2 picks. Also got Ken Walker, Chuba Hubbard available. With my next pick, I'm probably looking for a wide receiver and then take a running back at like pick 63. We'll just see what comes. Never fading 4th round James Cook, just like I wouldn't be fading 4th round McLaurin. Yeah, 4th round McLaurin's fine. He's getting cheaper. And I'm back. Sorry about that. You guys know how it goes. Duty calls, dad duty calls. 3-year-old keeps waking up. She needs a little help going back down. Gosh, I took Deebo Samuel. I went Hubbard there. I would have wanted Henderson. I took Hubbard. I'm cool with it. And then I wanted James Conner. I was going to go 4 RB, robust start. Took Deebo Samuel. Could have done Egbuka. Back on the clock here. Pick 82. Obvious pick would be Jaden Reed, even though he's in the boot. What does Hawkinson do for this team? If I can get Hawkinson to come back around, I'd feel better about it. Let me go Jaden Reed. For sure. Not certain to be ready for week 1, but as a wide receiver 4, I'm cool with it. 82 is practically the latest. He's gone all summer anyways. Random question. What do I think about contract leagues? I've never played in a contract league. It seems pretty interesting. It seems a little bit tedious, but it sounds kind of cool. I've thought about in the past. I think I watched some content about contract leagues previously. Okay, Hawkinson goes. That's not going to work out for me. Bunch of big running back kind of avalanche right before my pick, but that makes it easier for me to get Reed. And then here, I'm thinking Brian Robinson. RB4, Deebo, Brian Robinson. I've been drafting a lot of Deebo and Brian Robinson together. I could do Higgins or Mark Andrews. I'm going to go ahead and take Brian Robinson. As an RB4, Brian Robinson's pretty sick. I need to figure out what I'm going to do at QB and tight end, though. I would have taken Hawkins in there. I thought about bringing up Andrews. It's a little bit early. We'll see what happens. Kind of nice for me that Pacheco, Aaron Jones, Pollard, Montgomery, and Mason all go before my pick in the 7th round, where I was looking for my 4th wide receiver. And then I got to chill and take Robinson, who's kind of in the same tier as those guys. Close, maybe not as good as the top end of that tier, but pretty close and on a good team for sure. Of course, there's the Bill, Krosky, Merritt, up and coming, kind of like all the interest, all the buzz around him. Maybe that's why we see Brian Robinson fall just a little bit. I don't know, though. I think if you look at, and I'm hearing good things out of camp for Krosky, Merritt, but if you compare his profile to like Brian Robinson, it's not really that close. Brian Robinson, running back at Alabama, pretty decent all around. Not the best pass catcher, but can definitely run the ball well enough. And if he's getting those touchdowns, those end zone carries, red zone carries, I think in that kind of high-powered offense. And I'm making a team bet. I have Deebo Samuel as well. But yeah, DWB Mania. I don't know. Contract leagues are interesting. I've been interested to like maybe do one, but it's never really come up. Fading Cook. No more motivation to earn a contract. Going to get lazy and just like his bro. People do say that. People do say that about running backs signing and getting the big contracts. Cook is a soft fade for me, 6% range target. Yeah, I think Hartman and I had talked about that previously this summer and kind of like how we felt about Cook. I'm so far behind on the Bills. I need to catch up. 6% Allen. I need to do better. I've got 7% Cook, and I think that's gone up a little bit recently. Shakir, I have like none of. He's injured, so it's not going to help. Coleman, I have too much of. Ray Davis, a little bit. Kincaid, like none. Palmer, like none. So I'm just like, I'm not even playing the Bills the right way. I need to get more Bills in general. So it's a note. I've made a note. I need to get a little bit more Bills intentionally in my Best Ball Mania exposures. Okay, coming up on pick 106 and 111. Bo Nix is there. I think I just fire off and take Bo Nix. Same thing with Fields. Team stack with Brees would be kind of nice. Kind of interesting. Colston Loveland's a fun pick here for me at 111. Burden, I want big bags of him. So Drake May goes. I think the obvious pick here is Bo Nix and just take the falling value, even though he's unstacked. there's always like late Denver options. And if I really wanted to, I could take Ingram now, which is probably kind of smart. So I probably, because I have Knicks, I probably boost Ingram up just a little bit and then consider that for my tight end one. I think head to head in isolation, I like Loveland better than Ingram. But with Knicks, it just makes more sense. I'm not going to force taking Justin Fields. I've got plenty of Fields, and I feel like it's enough for right now. I was crazy about taking Fields anywhere around pick 100 like all summer, but I've been kind of slowing up on the Jets a little bit. Okay, well, Ingram goes, so that makes it easier for me. Do I take Burden here, get that fifth wide receiver, a stud rookie with a lot of upside? I think I might. Loveland kind of fits the team need of tight end, also a similar ADP, and then Fields would solve my problem at quarterback. I might be able to get Love later. I might be able to get Goff now. I think with Amon-Ra, I could just take Goff, and that's the way I'm going to go. So Goff over Fields might be a fish move. If I have Amon-Ra, I'm going to want to build out a Goff team. I'm not taking Stafford these days. You know, I don't have access to Jaden Daniels. Love is probably not going to make it all the way back around. ADP 125. Next pick for me is going to be way down there at 130. It's only a little bit after ADP, but sometimes there's just a run on quarterbacks in this pocket. If I have Amon-Ra, how many times am I going to want Goff? Let's look at my combination tool. Shout out to bestballoverlay.com. Use code GARAGE for 25% off your premium subscription. Shoot me a DM if you have any questions, how to use Best Ball Overlay, why I like it. But if you're doing high volume drafting, if you're drafting best ball teams right now, if you're like me, I think you'll enjoy using it. So let me know if you have any questions. I think it's a great tool. What I want to do here is I want to check my combination. So I've got Jared Goff here, and then I can see my combinations with Amon-Ra. I've got Amon-Ra on 50% of my Jared Goff teams. Okay, now let's look at the opposite of that. Let's go to Jared Goff, or let's go to Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra. How many times do I have Goff with him? I've got Goff on 63% of my Amon-Ra teams. That's kind of where I want to be. I mean, it's the same game theory of stacking up Chase with Burrow. How many times would you want to have T. Higgins or Jamar Chase with Joe Burrow? As much as you can get it. And sometimes we try to push Burrow to like pick 70, 71, 72, that 6-7 turn. Honestly, I think it's even worth taking him at the 4-5 turn just to get more combinations of him. Like here we see Burrow go pick 50. I don't hate that. Secure the stack with T and CeeDee Lamb, Chase Brown. Big team bet on the Bengals there. I want to have Amon-Ra stacked with Goff a lot. I don't just want to have Amon-Ra and miss out on Goff. And people will take Goff with J-Mo. They'll take him with Gibbs. They'll take him with Laporta. So I don't mind reaching for a quarterback I need. I did get a faller in Bo Nix, and he's got some rushing upside. Can balance out the Goff pick. Jordan Love's still there. I'm not going to force it. I'm going to go Njoku if he's there. If not, I could consider Love, and I might still consider Love with like my next pick. Let me go Njoku first and grab a nice tight end piece that fits this team need and a little falling value there, about 10 picks past ADP. See, Jayden Reed's my wide receiver 4. I haven't put as much draft capital into him as I did Amon-Ra, of course, my first round pick. So getting the stack with Amon-Ra to me is so much more important. I can push Jordan Love, get the Jayden Reed stack if it makes sense, if it falls to me, and it might. And I don't mind taking 3 QBs here either. Otherwise, what does this team need? A 2-4-4-1 build, very balanced. I would probably be looking to wide receiver, but there's not really any wide receivers in this range that I love. It's like the next one that I want is Romeo Doubs, and I'm taking him a little bit ahead of ADP. He's got the back injury. He's kind of falling right now. So I might just pivot back to a tight end that I like, either Goddard or Ferguson, reach up and take a 5th running back with Jaden Blue, a guy that I feel strongly about. And I've got the team, I've got the game stack for week 17 built out with the Washington and the Dallas pieces. Yeah, Love goes, Pretty much called it. I didn't think he'd be there. Goddard or Ferguson. I'm going to tie break to Ferg in this one, I think, because I have a little bit more exposure to Goddard. And then I've also got, like I just said, I've already made the bet on this Washington team stack. So if I can build that out a little bit further with Ferguson, that's kind of nice. Might want to have a piece of that Dallas offense, have a piece of that Week 17 matchup at Washington in DC. And then, further tie-breaking, Dallas Goedert has the exact same bye Week 9 as David Njoku. So I rest my case. There's the team, a 2-4-4-2 through my first 12 rounds. And we're feeling good. Let's turn the tunes on. Let me catch up with the chat. Say what up to y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. Slap that like button. Vote in the poll. Come say what up in the chat. Let's get after it. Let's see. What do we want to listen to tonight? I'm thinking just the normal. Here we go. Let's do this. I can warm up. Okay. How are we doing, fellas? Daddy Candyman on duty. You guys know how it is. You look 17, crazy you have kids. Yes, sir. It's good to look young. I still get carded. I was born in the previous millennia. Don't let the good looks fool you. Got the whole situation. The wife, the 2 kids, the dog. We got it all going on here. Staying busy. Drafting these squads. Appreciate y'all chilling with me tonight. Daddy Candyman on duty. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. W Candyman. Sup, big dog. Hey. What up, Tyler? And Tyler. Hey, we got 2 pieces of the Eiffel Tower in here. 2 of my favorite streamers. 2 of my favorite best ball bros. PPR Tyler. The consecutive legend. The 2-a-day champ. Shout out to the Trojan football team. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're getting some well-deserved rest. We're going to rip this draft. We're going to be ripping draft tonight. We're getting after it. It's the first best ball mania of the stream so far. We're feeling pretty good. We got Tyler in here, the emo cowboy of the Fantasy Sanctuary and the Eiffel Tower. Some of the best shows of the summer have been the Eiffel Tower streams. If you haven't checked it out, but you have. You guys already know. You guys are all very aware of all of the other great content creators and friends in the best ball community because you follow me on Twitter at FFB Garage, and I'm constantly retweeting out all of the great shows, all of the great best ball content you can get your hands on. Back on the clock, Kyle Pitts. He's falling. I think we grab Pitts here. We don't need the tight end, but he kind of fell into our lap, and this seems like the right time to take advantage. Boom. A 3 tight end build. A ton of ADP value for Njoku and Kyle Pitts. Love it. That's the advantage of starting off like the 4 and 4, 4 receivers, 4 running backs. I'm not pressured to have to reach for another running back. We could do Tua here, which would be kind of fun too as well. To go with Achane. Otherwise, Bryce Young goes. I thought Bryce Young with Chuba is not like the worst decision either. Oh, I think we're going to get Tua. Hell yeah. I'm going to keep pushing wide receiver because it's all the same to me. It's pretty flat after this tier. So I'll take some Tua. Has the same bye week as Bo Nix, but I've got Jared Goff. So now I've got naked Bo Nix at a value. I've got Goff stacked up with the Monroe. I've got Tua stacked up with Achane, which, Achane could be catching 70 passes this year. 80 passes? Like, what's the limit? We just don't know. We haven't seen the ceiling yet. Aaron Sandy, yiggity yo. Shout out to the Ballsy show. This Monday night, we just had on Sir Steve Schaub of the Fanspeak Network, and it was a great time. Super fun. Aaron was there. He took a screenshot. There it is. Love me some Bo Nix. Grab Mims later. I dropped the ball on that one. I don't know where Mims went. 124. I still would have taken Njoku over Mims, but yeah, I probably should have prioritized Mims. It just didn't work out for me. Maybe a late round Franklin. Maybe we get Pat Bryant. You know, what can I get into? But I'll take a naked Bo Nix. I'm not afraid of that. But I don't think I have to. If I have a luxury pick for wide receiver, I can take one late. I haven't taken a wide receiver since round 7. We are in round 15, so we're due. And the running backs, I think, are still solid. 3 straight tight ends, sandwiched in between 3 quarterbacks. We're just taking what the board gives us here in the 10 spot. Feeling good. Feeling the vibes. 0% Evan Ingram. Explain yourself. Yeah, I don't think I've... And this is just my Best Ball Mania exposure, right? I do have 0% Evan Ingram. So I would never take Evan Ingram ahead of Kelsey, ahead of Mark Andrews. I wouldn't even take him ahead of Warren or Loveland straight up. Do you remember the season 2023 when Evan Ingram had 140 targets, didn't even break 1,000 yards, never scores a lot of touchdowns? He's on a new team. He's 33 years old. He's been fine. He'll probably get a good amount of short and intermediate targets on the Broncos, and they're going to be a good offense, a good team. So I think it's just easy when you can get Johnny Smith, Hunter Henry, Zach Ertz later. Like, why pay up for Evan Ingram? That's kind of my thinking there. But I do need more than none. I tried to get him here. It didn't work out. I tried and I failed. Okay, pick 178. This is a Judkins team if he's there, I guess. I feel like this is the spot to take him. I don't even need him. Like, if he never plays, don't even need him. But the upside here is kind of hard to ignore. Maybe I do Pat Bryant first. I don't think so, though. I think I haven't taken Judkins in a long time. I've never gotten him at 178 in a Best Ball Mania. He's a 0. He's a running back 5. What's the difference? So I'll take Judkins there, assuming he plays at some point this season. Who knows? And I'm probably done it at running back unless I want to grab one more late. If Pat Bryant's there, cool. I'll take him. Otherwise, could be fun to mix it up with like a Horton. Tesla's going to be fun to come back around. Yeah, Pat Bryant's there. Nice. Let me grab him. So I finally get my 5th wide receiver in the 16th round. Looking to take probably 2 more receivers, if I had to guess. But it could be a 3-6-6-3 build. It's a pretty balanced start, so this is the way it goes. We'll just see what comes up next. What do you guys think about Judkins at pick 178? I don't really mind it. I think I'm cool with taking Judkins anywhere around pick 170 plus. But it's binary. It's 0 or 1. Does he play this season? Does he not play? If he plays this season, it's a great pick. If he doesn't play this season, it's a dead roster spot in round 15, and it's not going to hurt you that much. But it's not ideal. Plus 10 for an Elam. Looks like Aaron was able to fill it. OM Godlike. What up, brother? How you doing on this Wednesday night? Hope you're doing well. What have you been drafting? What are you getting into, my friend? BB Meat Gazer. I need James Cook in my life. Got to cook up some meat and gaze at it. Yo, what up, Steph Miller? How are we doing? What do you have going on, Steph? What have you been ripping lately? Have you been doing some of these Husky 2s? How many Best Ball Manias do you have left? Been ripping some puppies. What's been in the queue? What have you been drafting? Hope you're doing well, Steph. Thanks for stopping by. Always good to see you. Disbanded. How you doing, brother? Thanks for being here. Yo. Judkins off my board. Don't think he plays a snap all year. I'm more on forward at cost over Samson at cost. Yeah, for sure. So I had like 1% forward before the news. Now my forward is at 16%. I have a ton of forward. Samson, I was probably around 3 or 4%. I'm still at 3 or 4%. And then Judkins, of course, I mean, he's in my intro, he's in my outro. I had like 18% Judkins. He's down to like 10%. I haven't been drafting him as much, of course. So, but I'm just saying, he's off my board too, essentially. But kind of as I was explaining, I'll take him in the 170s because even a dead roster spot in this range is not going to hurt that bad. And on a team where I already had 4 running backs that like can carry the load, I didn't need them. So Adonai Mitchell, Coker, it looks like, yeah. I think who was it that I was thinking of? Oh, I was thinking of Torrey Horton. He's gone. Torrey Horton gone. Adonai Mitchell, Coker, Tesla, Franklin is kind of the order I would do it. I don't have any bringbacks, I don't think, but that's okay. I'm not going to force it. Coker goes. They hate me. Tesla for the stack. A little bit of tiebreaker there. And then I'm hopeful that I can still maybe even get Mitchell with the next pick. We'll see. 1, 2, 3 receivers on the week 8 bye, but it's not the end of the world. I don't think any of the running backs are. But I have 2 running backs on that week 12, 2 on the week 9. It's pretty balanced. I think this will work out. I have a bunch of minis. I don't have any of my like bringbacks for my stacked QB situations, but I have a bunch of minis in here. I've got I have B-Rob and Samuel versus Ferguson. I have Devontae Adams versus Kyle Pitts. I have some week 15, some other stuff going on. Just going to scroll through. I think this is the way I want to go. Adonai Mitchell, boom, welcome to the squad. One more stud wide receiver. Getting a lot of good camp news. Hopefully he can break out. If I didn't have Pat Bryant, I might have just taken Franklin with one of those last 2 picks. But this worked out nicely. I'm really liking the squad. I got a ton of ADP value, a ton of my guys, and playing with some dangerous offenses. The Broncos, the Dolphins, the Lions. 3-5-7-3 build. Yeah, Javonte Williams. Yeah, no doubt. I know. I have... Look at my own personal ranks. Cowboys, I go CD3, Pickens 43, right at ADP, but used to be ahead of ADP. Prescott 98, ahead. Javonte 186. He's at 132, so I am not taking Javonte anywhere. He's practically off my board. Ferguson, blue, in the top 130. I don't really care about Miles Sanders either. I've already drafted some Javonte Williams, and it was enough. If he makes it to week 17 and has a big role, I don't think he's going to be a guy you need. But I think Blue could be. I think Dak could be. Pickens, obviously CeeDee Lamb. Steph's been ripping a little of everything. The Elam, the puppy, Best Ball Manias. There we go. Oh, you got a main event slow going. That's fun. With the ship chasing crew right now. That's awesome. What draft slot did you have? Did you get a Bowers start? How you guys been building out that team? A lot of good stuff. Appreciate you being here, Steph. Jeff T says, yes, no, I agree, Jeff. Me and you are in lockstep. I have come to light. I've been drafting a ton of Ford. He's actually good. The staff likes him. He can handle the workload. He had some big games. People forget Jerome Ford. I think he should still rise, and he kind of slowed down. The pace of him rising kind of slowed down, but I think he can continue to rise. And we got Chris B in here, CB Jets fan. Shout out to my man. Appreciate the kind words. Thank you for being here. I'm just trying to learn every day, have some fun, draft some teams, get better. You know how we do it. Appreciate you being here, my man. Jeff T, me and you are in such lockstep, it's not even funny. You are preaching to the choir. It's Jaden Blue. If anyone has any questions, I mean, I've done hours and hours of soapboxing about Jaden Blue, but sometimes you know, sometimes you don't know. Can't help you if you haven't figured it out yet. Let's hope the heel injury is not going to sideline him any much longer. We want to see Jaden Blue in action soon. Jaden Blue has the ability to have the same kind of pop that we just saw with Travion Henderson. With Henderson, though, he's already getting he had a ton of draft capital. He's already, a second-round pick. He's already going really high in these drafts. Jaden Blue, though, imagine him doing a kick return or having a big screen pass play for a touchdown, especially with the starters early in the game. He'd pop from 145 or 130 range to 80, 90 easily. Could happen overnight. And that's kind of the range that we want to be taking our upside players from. Guys that can go from a pick 100 plus to a top 100 pick is actually a huge value on the draft capital curve. This team in the 5 spot with Bowers, somehow telekinesis. I knew you guys had Bowers. Hartman and I drafted a Bowers team out of the 2 spot. So, sharp drafters snatching up all the Bowers in that format. Yeah, Bowers, London, Hampton. I love that start. Then Hendo, JMO, Olave, Rome, Jennings, Godwin. I love it. That's a fun start. Looks like you don't get the elite QB, but you do have the elite tight end, so it's pretty nice. This squad is a 3-5-7-3 with Bo Nix, Jared Goff, Tua, Achane, Breece Hall, Hubbard, B-Rob, Judkins, Amon-Ra, Devontae Adams, Debo, Jaden Reed, Pat Bryant, Tesla, Adonai Mitchell. So a bunch of, some rookies mixed in. Njoku, Ferguson, Pitts. Let's get right back into this Best Ball Mania where I'm already on the clock at pick 8. And there goes Amon-Ra at 7. So did I get McCaffrey in this one? Let's go. It's been a minute since I was able to draft McCaffrey. I feel like it's been so long. Only 7% McCaffrey. This will help get it up. And then I don't have McCaffrey paired with hardly anyone except for Brian Thomas a bunch, Drake London a bunch, AJ Brown. So let me get a different combination here on this McCaffrey team. Best Ball Mania draft number 2 for the night. We're ripping through them. We're feeling good. It's Wednesday. It's August 13th. Justin Jefferson is still not practicing. Matthew Stafford, we have no idea. What else? News and notes. Shedeur Sanders has an oblique. Odell Beckham Jr. says he wants to play in 2025, but does anyone want him to play for them? Caleb Williams has had a lot of subpar practices. That's all I got. What else is going on? Yeah, no doubt. Got 104 in a Dynasty tight end premium superflex. Went Bowers. That's a power move. OMG. That's asserting your dominance. That's letting the people know that you don't play games. You're here to win. I'll go Bowers. I'm going to go McCaffrey Bowers. We're hyping up Bowers, and I just had to do it. I already have some AJ Brown McCaffrey teams. Ladd was the combo. They're like, I don't have Ladd. I don't have Bucky, JT, or Chase. I have some Chase Brown. So that's kind of interesting. Probably in the 3rd round, too. But the McCaffrey Bowers combo, let's see if it can work. Ideally, there's going to be a wide receiver I like in the 3rd and the 5th round. The 4th round, maybe it's another running back spot. CMC Bowers in the Best Ball Mania can be a fun start. We're gonna have to use some big brain power on this one, because you got to dig yourself out a little bit and make sure you don't miss out on the wide receiver value. Zig when others zag, when other people are taking tight ends. I've already got Brock Bowers. I need to hammer, running backs in that range. So that's what I'll do. Yo, what up, Pat? We're trying. You know how it is, my friend. we're out here drafting these best ball mania teams, trying to get different, trying to cook up some unique combinations, and it's exactly what we did with this start. McCaffrey, realized we didn't have him with Bowers, so getting my first McCaffrey Bowers team, and then let's see who we can pair him up with in the third round. I heard Neil Orfield and BBG talking about they've both seen Ladd McConkey falling. I don't know what that's about. I've never seen Ladd McConkey fall to the third round, but apparently it's happened. I think that's insane. Wow, Kyron and Josh Allen to go with CeeDee Lamb at the 1. So people are getting a little bit different in this one, at least from the 1 spot. Oof, do I take Lamar? It's pretty tempting. Pretty tempting, actually. I definitely don't have Lamar with Christian McCaffrey or Bowers. I have him with Bowers, actually. I might just do it. Let's go hard. Well, Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, Brock Bowers team. We're winning every position besides wide receiver. Kind of the play there was like maybe Daniels is available at 41. Hurts is usually available at 41. So can I get a receiver at pick 41 that I like just as much as Marv, Adams, T-Mac, this kind of range? I think I could. If Evans or Worthy's there, I'll feel pretty good. If I have to take McLaurin, I won't feel great. Pickens, I like. So let's hope that one of these drafters here takes... And the drafter in the 10 spot starts with 4 receivers. No hesitation there. So I'm a little bit behind because that's kind of a tier break for me before we get to McLaurin and Pickens. See, I could have had access to Hurts, maybe even Daniels. I'll go with some McLaurin. Kind of a tough ball out there. I take Lamar Jackson, and then out of the next 8 picks, 6 of them are wide receivers. So I got buried a little bit on the back end. Go figure. I think we can still work out of this one. Depending which players are available, my next 3 picks, maybe 4 picks, I need one more running back at some point, maybe 56 or 50 or 65, and then just hammering wide receivers. There's definitely a wide receiver I want at 56. We'll see if he's there. An obvious choice. And then taking Bowers with Lamar Jackson, I still could take Mark Andrews at some point too. Chris B is in on James Cook. He's open to it. I'm open to it too. Yeah, I think, we were drafting McLaurin in the 3rd round a little bit. Some people were avoiding him. I'd come around and I'd stop drafting him. The 4th round McLaurin's fine. Definitely a good offense. Let's just lean into that. Yes. So I think that's a good point, Chris B. I think James Cook is pretty fairly priced. He's a little expensive, but sometimes he falls. Here he goes, pick 47. I think he's definitely in the same tier for me as Hubbard or Walker, and he's on a better offense with more scoring opportunities. So in a half-point PPR format like this on Underdog, I like the touchdown opportunity. Sure, of course, he can regress in the touchdown department, but the Bills potentially going to score a lot of touchdowns. So yeah, I'll take Zay or Devonta Smith. There we go. That answers that one. I'm going to go Zay. of course, get the stack, and it's the right time to take them. I'm just worried that because some of these drafters went so wide out heavy, they're going to hammer the running back. So there's not a chance that Kamara, Harvey, or Connor will come back around to me. 0% chance. And so then I'm kind of left in another tier break for running back to get my RB2. I'm going to have to anchor down on McCaffrey, hope that he is McCaffrey of old, the 101 type of performance, and keep going wide receiver. So I'm going to zig while others are taking these running backs that I think I would have really liked to pick 65. They reach up and grab them here. I could do something different. I could grab Debo and get both of the Washington receivers, even without Jaden Daniels. That could be fun. I'm almost certain, though, if the drafter in the 9 spot knows what they're doing, they'll take Debo. Debo goes anyways. Debo goes pick 62 overall. He's been rising a little bit. People are getting a little bit excited about Debo in this Commanders offense with Cliff Kingsbury. All right. 65, Egbuka, Olave. I think it's Olave. Golden, Egbuka, Diggs. Let me go Diggs. I'm gonna go ahead and grab Diggs there. I was between him and Olave, and then it could have gone Egbuka or Golden easily. But I'll take some Diggs. He's looking pretty good. Saw him catch a touchdown and break some ankles today in joint practices that look like. Exactly. Yeah, that's the Zay Flowers thesis right there. And maybe he gets a larger piece of the touchdown pie. We saw a lot of it go to Bateman and Mark Andrews. They had career years in touchdown receptions. Can it be Flowers? Why not? He was a prolific touchdown scorer in college. So it's not like he's allergic to touchdowns. Joe Burrow goes unstacked at pick 69. 1 pick later, he would have been stacked up with T. Higgins. 2 picks later with Jamar Chase. So, rip in peace to the dream. Olave goes 70. He fell quite a bit. I also considered Pacheco in this range, but I think I have to stick to my guns and build out the receiver room before it gets too late. McLaurin, Flowers, Diggs are technically the wide receiver ones and the number 1 targets on their own offenses, it seems. So I feel like I did make up for my running back, tight end, quarterback start. I'm feeling good. I feel like I have the optionality now. Some optionality to either go running back again or another receiver. I would have considered Montgomery there. It's either Judy or Reed for me. I'll take Judy. I get a slight ADP fall on him. Pick 80. He goes around pick 71. Another de facto wide receiver 1 on his own team. So I think we've dug out of the hole that I put myself in at wide receiver. Time to circle back. Is there going to be a running back there that I like at pick 89? Because I need to play catch up now. At running back, we're going back and forth. We're seesawing between running back and wide receiver team need. Pacheco, yeah, I thought about it. I thought about Pacheco at 65. Oh, appreciate you, Chris B. So nice. Yeah, I've come around on Braylon Allen. I'm drafting a little bit more Braylon Allen. I'm keeping Isaiah Davis on the radar. I've actually drafted Isaiah Davis in the PPR Tyler Dynasty Startup League, the Best Ball Barbecue Dynasty League. I did. Oh, man. Okay, I would have. Let me think here. I would have taken Tracy, Warren, Mason, or Reed. So I think here I'm going to go Jaden Higgins. Take a look at this squad. Very different. A 1-1-5-1 start. I don't think I've done anything like this yet. Lamar Jackson stacked with Zay Flowers, Christian McCaffrey, Terry McLaurin, Stephon Diggs, who does play the Ravens in week 16, so that's kind of nice. Jerry Jeudy, Jaden Higgins, Brock Bowers. I could do something late with Geno, with Stroud. I can get May. I could still land Purdy potentially. I'm going to go ahead and queue up Mark Andrews in case he's there, my next pick. I need to start grabbing running backs, though. It's going to be... I'm probably going to stop at receiver with 6 at this rate. I have no overlapping buys, and I already have 5 studs. So probably going to... Could be like a... Man, I don't even know. 2-7-7-2 build, or maybe like a 2-6-7-3, but I have Bowers, so I'm going to have to figure out what to do with all these extra picks. But I'm going to need like 6 or 7 running backs. But then I have McCaffrey, so maybe I just need 6. So how to play this one? A 2-6-8-2 and just take a ton of receivers? I have no idea. Got a lot of options. Jeff T's not wrong. He says take Jaden Blue. That's the whole reason I went 0 RB. Yeah, hero RB. You know what's funny? Back to the original thesis of like the 0 RB. Technically, hero RB is a version of 0 RB. 0 RB doesn't mean like no running backs through 6 rounds. It just means the lowest bucket of draft capital allocated to the running back position through a certain point in the draft. So you can even do 0 RB with taking like a first round running back. We call that hero RB now. We've evolved in our ways. And I'm not really intentionally going for any structure like that. I'm just taking what the board gives me and trying to make teams that can win in week 17. Highly correlated. Mark Andrews goes, just like you love to see it. But I go Purdy here. I go Purdy to go with my McCaffrey. Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Zay Flowers, and Brock Bowers, kind of the cornerstone of this team. I like Tyler Warren a lot. I like Colston Loveland a lot. I could take either one of them with my next pick. If Charbonnet's not there, I think I might even do it. Burden. I'm pretty scared off of Ayuk though. Like what is his timetable to return? And if he does return, like what is he going to be playing at? Like what level? It's like the opposite, like the flip side of the coin. What we saw with Stephon Diggs coming back from his ACL injury that was apparently very clean. Good recovery, you know, a matter of 6 months, 8 months, he's good to go. Okay, all of the picks that I wanted, May, Warren, Loveland, are all gone. I think the clear choice for me here is to go with Charbonnet. Boom. Charbonnet RB2. Hey, Ken Walker is still not really practicing. He's like doing limited participation. So he's dealing with some stuff. But getting an RB2 in round 10, that's pretty extreme. Typically won't work out. We need McCaffrey to absolutely smash. If he does, you might want to have a piece of a Brock Purdy too. So that's part of the thesis here. And then, I mean, how soon can I stop at wide receiver after hammering them in these middle rounds? I just wish, I wish maybe instead of Judy now, I did have like an Aaron Jones or even Jordan Mason. Montgomery would have been nice. A little bit more balanced. One of the running backs in round 7 would have been good. Make it work though. Pretty much running backs from here on out. And be a tight end if the perfect one falls to me, but I can't even think about who that would be at this rate. Missing out on Warren and Loveland and Mark Andrews. Literally the 3 picks around my last 2 picks, all the tight ends that I wanted. Go figure. Let's see. Ayuk ends up going at 117. Mims is going 116. So Mims has been rising. I've noticed Mims going higher and higher in these drafts tonight. And there's kind of some good news around him. So I'm not like totally surprised. Yeah, bad run out with the RB. I think I can get tricky. I can do some things to make up for it, but it continues to kind of like, I'm not really having you guys fault me in a good way. I'm going to have to reach a little bit to make it work. I'm going to have to take a guy like Stevenson, who I don't really draft. I think he does make more sense on this team, though, where I can team stack with Diggs. Although I'd go blue first, because I'm a sicko. And I'm trying to win week 17, not week 1. And I'm also trying not to lose. I'm not trying not to lose. I'm trying to win. Goddard is kind of fun. Kincaid is also nice. I think I can push blue. I think this room's going to let me push blue. So I'm going to get... I'm going Ramondre first because of the ADP. And then I'm going to take blue next. This room's going to let me have him too. 137. I think so. Because I had the team stack for Ramondre and the week 16. It's not the worst if I don't get blue. But I think I'm trying to call my shot here. I'm expecting these drafters. Well, Tootin. There goes. But Lawrence with Tootin makes a lot of sense, actually. If blue was gone, I would have considered Tootin there, too. Tootin actually goes. I'm going to call my shot, though. They're not going to take blue. They want Hollywood Brown. They want, Penix to go with London in the Adams stack. They want Kincaid. Blue comes back around. Home run. Boom. Sometimes things just fall into place. That time, had to get cute. I didn't want Ramondre Stevenson first. I actually wanted Ramondre Stevenson second. But ADP, kind of feeling the room out. I felt confident because Blue's ADP was still past the pick, my second pick. And then there's still guys on the ADP board who are there, like Sampson, Tootin, Spears, even Benson to kind of give me a buffer. So... And I would have been cool with Kincaid or Goddard or Ferguson if I pivoted there and didn't take another running back and I did go tight end. The running back room doesn't look terrible anymore. It actually looks pretty respectable. We've cobbled it together in these late rounds, and we're going to keep hammering it. Getting Purdy means I didn't have to concern myself with these QBs in this range either, even though a lot of good values here. Yo, what up, Steve? How we doing, brother? Hope you're having a great Wednesday night. Thanks for stopping in, my friend. Yeah, I know, Jeff. Javonte goes. Yep. 127 for Javonte. I don't know. Some people trying to win week 1. Yeah, I think that was a good call. The taking Stevenson and pushing blue. Head to head in a vacuum, I would take blue first, but it worked out this time, luckily. And I still have the team stack on the Patriots, so it's not like the end of the world. Yeah, Scattaboo went 119. Maybe he has a chance he comes back around. People are kind of mixing in different spots. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think let's see who's there with the next pick. Right, Algier, Ford are my top 2 picks available. I might be able to get Ford afterwards if I take Algier first. Kind of the same exact situation. Or do I just want to take Ford? We just grab Ford. I'm going to secure Ford here. And I don't always need Algier. I've got a bunch. 16% Algier. I mean, he's on a good offense. You know, he's more of a contingent play with how much Bijan gets used. Ford could just win the job. Could just be the actual running back 1. And I think Charbonnet was already my contingent piece. So if I think about like the roles of my players on my team, Stevenson's going to lose his job. Blue, we want him to win the job. Charbonnet is contingent. Maybe Walker is dealing with injuries, like he, you know, already kind of has. But Charbonnet is kind of my Algier on this team. So I've already got one of those guys. I need to go forward to lock up a guy that could probably just be the starter from day 1. So I think that made a ton of sense there. 161. Do I catch the falling knife in a Quentin Johnston? I can go with the rookie Dante Thornton. Team stacking here kind of makes sense. Get another Raider. I've got Brock Bowers. Might be time to throw in one more wide receiver. I could stop with those 6. All different bye weeks. Otherwise, yeah, I'm cool with that. It's probably the earliest I've taken Thornton, but he's getting some hype. Sounds like he's going to be starting in 3 wide sets. Trey Tucker played a lot of snaps last year. Didn't do a whole lot. Maybe Thornton can do more with it, being on the field. Quarterback-wise, maybe I should have just taken Geno, honestly. But we'll see. I might just go 2 QB. For some crazy reason, if Geno comes back around at pick 176, obviously I'd take him. I could have considered Likely there. You know, on a Lamar Jackson team, maybe that's smart. Shipley, interesting at 161. Richardson goes. I think he's good on any team. Kind of a fun piece. But now that I got Ford, and there goes Smith. So probably a 2 QB team, almost certainly. Probably like a 2, 6, 7, 3 even, and just take some late tight end options to go with Bowers. Mitchell goes super early in this one, round 15. He could have been a fun piece for me. I might want one more running back. I think I probably want one more running back. Somehow pretty decent on the buy overlaps. And then the wide receivers, if I had other places to go, it's like I don't even need another wide receiver with the group that I've built. It feels pretty good with these 6. Yeah, totally. I would agree with you there, Jeff. I think that's kind of how I wanted to play it too. I'm going to avoid these QBs. Ooh, Hunter Henry would have been kind of nice there. Probably I would consider Jonnu or Cade Otton. Otherwise, you know, I like Pierce, but do I need to take him now? I could. I mean, I think he's good on like every team. Wandale for the week 17. Is it even worth it? I don't know. Boom. Alec Pierce. Welcome to the squad. Eckler's still there. Oh, maybe Eckler was the play. Dang. I don't know why I didn't just take Eckler. He would have matched up team stack with Terry, and then also the bring back for Blue. Kind of a nice piece on this one, actually. But I'm most likely done at receiver, and I've done like the magic 7 combination where they all have 7 different bye weeks. Hard to pull off. I just felt like Jonnu, Otton, one of them would still be there. Roshan is there. Dowdle's there. Horton. Probably just go tight end, though. Take Jonnu Smith. Dude was good. He's not practicing. Oh, yeah, I did read that. Well, I don't love to hear that. Let me just take K. Otten. Returns to practice. What's the difference? K. Otten, Jonnu Smith? I don't know. Either one. Toss up. Otten probably... The Bucks probably score more touchdowns through the air than the Steelers by either a good amount or just a kind of enough. And I honestly do think that Jonnu and Freiermuth are going to kind of split the work. So it's not like... But I'll still queue him up. I mean, if Jonnu comes back around, Gesicki, Jatavian, Mason Taylor would be nice. Even Freiermuth is fine. Juwan. There's a bunch of options, so I wasn't too worried about that. Hopkins late could be nice. Corum, Gordon, Justice Hill. Here we are, 17. Horton's there. He's kind of a fun pick. Got Charbonnet. I'm going to go with Horton. I didn't think I needed another receiver, but I did start slow on receiver, and then I jammed a bunch, and I got lucky. I'm going to go ahead and go Horton there. Kind of a fun upside pick. 8 receivers, 2-6-8-2. Stop with Otten and Bowers. Grab one more running back. Tight ends don't matter. I have Bowers. Quintessential thesis there. And even Hunt is kind of interesting. A lot of contingent value with Hunt. Gordon's kind of interesting. I kind of want to get more of him. I don't know, Justice Hill, what's his actual ceiling? I used Hill a decent amount. He does correlate a little bit with Lamar Jackson for some touchdowns. So that could be a play. I don't know. Let's see what you guys think. The 2-6-8-2, that's the way I think I'm going to go now. I think it makes a lot of sense. The way I allocated the elite tight end and the elite QB. What do you think, Jeff? If you've got the answer in the next 15 seconds. Ollie Gordon, Blake Corum, Justice Hill, Kareem Hunt, Jarquez Hunter. Dealer's choice. Giddens? I have not been hearing anything about Giddens lately. I think Giddens is gone. I don't see him, at least. Gordon is kind of how I'm leaning. Let's take a rookie. Let's go for a league winner situation. Let's get some Ollie Gordon. The Dolphins, notoriously, when they're rocking and rolling, they've got 2 viable running backs. Maybe Gordon is just better than Jalen Wright. I mean, college profile-wise, I think yes. Didn't see a whole lot out of Jalen Wright last year. Madison gone. That clears a path. Quorum could have been nice on this team too, though. Justice Hill would have been fine. Hunter is good on any team, but I need to work down my Hunter exposure just a little bit. I've got 25% Jarquez Hunter in Best Ball Mania. I want to get that down to about 20%, I think. I want to get Quorum up to about 6. That was my second Ollie Gordon, so I need to get more of him too. Yeah, I think Giddens was gone, Jeff. I'll check the receipts. Giddens was definitely gone. Yeah, he had just gone, actually. He had just gone. But I haven't heard too much about Giddens lately. I'm kind of curious about that. Bill goes 181. Brooks, 187. Munningai, 188. Pretty sure that Hayden and Josh Norris put out a Munningai video lately. I thought that's what I saw. I didn't watch it, but I saw the thumbnail. So he might be getting some hype. Sean Tucker, 190. That's pretty interesting, pretty impressive. Malik Washington, 197. Another interesting pick you don't see all the time. I was able to get Horton in the 17th round, so he's still there. And then Gordon at pick 209. I like this squad. This is kind of a fun one, different. 2682. Haven't built one of those in a little while. And yes, sir. Yeah. OM Godlike, if there was such a thing, you're in. You're in the circle. Speaking of VIPs here. Boom. This. Oh. This. The overlay. There we go. And the logo. There's a lot of moving parts here. Get in the circle of trust. Subscribe to the channel. Be like these people. Get in the circle. If you're new, if you're watching in the future, come hang out with us. Say what up in the chat. A lot of sharp drafters and fantasy football players in here. So come on in. Like and subscribe. Let's get after it. Let's build some teams that win. Take down one of these tournaments. Have some fun doing it. Speaking of fun teams, this was a fun one. A 2682 Lamar Jackson with Zay Flowers. Got Brock Purdy with McCaffrey. No bringbacks again. So not forcing it, but just didn't happen. Charbonnet, Stevenson, week 16 at least. Blue, Ford, Ollie Gordon, Terry McLaurin, Zay Flowers, Diggs, Judy, Higgins, Thornton, Pierce, Horton. Some studs at the wide receiver. Some late value. Brock Bowers, Kate Otten. It's a fun one. Let's get right back into it. Another Best Ball Mania, number 3 of the night. And we're drafting from the 4 spot. We're ripping them tonight. I don't think I've had the 4 in a little while. I'm super excited to get Lamb or Gibbs and then build out a fun team around one of them. Whoa, Neighbors at the 103. Talk about flipping the board. I'll take Lamb. It's easier for me to build out Lamb with a running back in round 2 or 3 in the optionality, but I do love Gibbs. Neighbors the 103. Flip the board. Why not? Neighbors, I think, is one of the best candidates to pull up onto this side of the board. The dude led the league in targets and target percentage as a rookie wide receiver. He's got a huge quarterback upgrade. Russell Wilson is a significant upgrade over the QBs that he's played with historically, or at least last season. Long history of one season. But I think the hate on Russell Wilson's gone too far. If you look at his advanced metrics, when he came in and he had the calf injury, so you kind of dock him for that, but he still put up a good amount of QB1, top 12 fantasy quarterback weeks, Russell Wilson. So I was diving into that a little bit earlier this week. I think we're sleeping on Russell Wilson a little bit. Neighbors could be just in a smash spot with Russell Wilson, who throws a decent deep ball too. Very accurate passer. Russell Wilson's like 37. He's not even like too far gone. I think the injuries hampered him a little bit last year, but he came back and won the jobs, took the job from Justin Fields. We're assuming Justin Fields is a full-time starter for the Jets all season. There's no bench risk there. We're all aboard. Justin Fields, pick 100. Russell Wilson going undrafted. He could just be the starter all year. Different situation. First round draft pick with Jackson Dart, of course. So that's kind of the difference. But maybe Dart red shirts. Maybe Dart can't earn the job. Maybe Russell Wilson still just plays 8 to 12 to 14 games, but that's enough. He might be a dead roster spot on your playoff team, but maybe he gets you there, and so that's worth something. I've been thinking about it. I'm not drafting a ton of Russell Wilson. He's a really good pick in the eliminator, I'll tell you that. That's for sure. Yeah, it's interesting. That's it. That is interesting. I don't think they signed Jamal Williams though, did they? Ooh, Josh Allen going in the second round. Spicy. Jamal Williams is hilarious. The dude likes Pokemon. He likes Naruto. He watches anime. The dude's a character. Okay, JT or Bucky. I should have my combination tool up. Let's get some Chase Brown. I haven't done this one yet. I haven't taken him with Chase Brown. And Chase Brown is going in the second round a lot of times these days and not making it back around to pick 28, where his current ADP is really close to Jonathan Taylor's. I mean, I took him at pick 21. He's been rising a little bit. Chase Brown's been rising a little bit. So I get that unique combo for me with CeeDee Lamb and Chase Brown. Shout out to the Best Ball Overlay. Check it out. Use code GARAGE when you sign up for 25% off your premium subscription. Shoot me a DM on Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Follow me there at FFB Garage. But shoot me a DM if you have any questions about using the overlay or kind of why I like to use it or what, how to use it. Happy to help. Okay, back on the clock. Round 3. Higgins is there. Oh, that's an auto click, isn't it? I've gotten some Higgins with CeeDee Lamb before, but not with Higgins and Chase Brown and CeeDee Lamb. They all have the bye week 10, but you're not winning any money in week 10. So what are we playing for? We're playing for week 17. Let's win there. Could have easily done McBride or Hampton. Would have been my next favorite picks. Really fun start though. Higgins in the third, awesome. Coincidental, the team stack with the Bengals and the week 10 buys. We'll figure it out. We'll get some. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? St. Brown, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Don't love to see that. Lamar Jackson had already gone in the second round. So both Allen and Jackson go in the second round. Okay, I see how this one's going to go. Let me double check my exposure in Best Ball Mania where I've got CD and how many times I have him with like Dak. So on my CeeDee Lamb teams, I haven't paired up with Daniels 18% of the time. Probably need to do that more. Could do it here, maybe. Dak 70% of the time, so feeling pretty good about that. Hurts, not a whole lot either. I could do Hurts too. Did Daniels go? No, Daniels is still available. If Daniels or Hurts make it back around, I might grab one of them. Okay, there goes Daniels. Kind of expected that. Also, but T-Mac, Xavier Worthy would be hard to pass up on. And there's a really good shot I get one of them. If not, I might just go Hendo. Make it Hinder season. Could do McLaurin or Pickens too. Pickens is honestly pretty sweet. Okay, T-Mac or Pickens I think is the choice. T-Mac goes. I could take Pickens. How often do I have Pickens with CeeDee Lamb? Quite a lot, honestly. McLaurin's there. Do I worry about the week 17? I want Pickens. Do I want McLaurin? Do I want Pickens? Do I want McLaurin? Boom. I took Pickens. Maybe McLaurin comes back around. Maybe Hinder season comes back around. J-Mo, DJ Moore, Ken Walker, all good picks, all good things available I'm going to be sad if all of those guys go. If McLaurin, okay, Metcalf goes, didn't necessarily want him. So I'm going to get one of McLaurin, Henderson, J-Mo, DJ Moore, or Ken Walker with my next pick, and I'll feel good about it. Even Devonta Smith, actually. I think Devonta Smith would be a pretty sweet pick. There goes Henderson. The days of getting Henderson in round 5, it's not much longer. It's not much longer, I'm telling you guys. Come on. Don't take him. You need a running back. Take Ken Walker. He takes Terry McLaurin in the 5th round. I would have loved Terry McLaurin here. Would have been a smash. I'm going to go Jameson Williams. I've got 5 players and 4 of them on a week 10 bye. Also represented by 3 teams. Pretty fun way to do it, though. Chase Brown, CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, George Pickens, and Jameson Williams start. Woo! Just got to get Dak. Got to land Dak on this one. Take him around pick 100. I think would work out nicely. So then we'll figure that in. Got 3 picks before that. Can I get a Laporta at 76? Can I get a running back at 69? Probably not likely. Might have to pull someone up. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe that's a good range now. Pacheco, Swift, been rising. Even could take Montgomery there and just make it work. Man, McLaurin at pick 52. This would have been very nice. Very nice start. Yo, what up, Dirty? Tom Hanks in the Circle of Trust. Yes, sir. You might not have been here back during the May drafts, or no, March. It was the March draft. We did a couple big boards, and Tom Hanks stopped by. He subscribed. He said what up in the chat. So everyone's favorite actor, Denzel. I don't know if you caught that one. Yeah, the redraft stuff right now. It might be time to jump back into the high stakes redraft streets. Might have to hit up my man Hartman and see if he's down for another one. I don't know. I'm not sure about the contract situation, Dirty. We could look into that though. But I think Russ is a smash pick in the eliminator format. And then in these formats too, if you have neighbors, like I think it's also pretty smart. The neighbors at the 3 spot ended up going with Bucky, Hill, Rice, and McLaurin. Interesting. Zay Flowers goes in round 6. That's kind of crazy. Samuel in round 5. Pearsall in round 5. Harvey almost made it back to me. I almost got lucky on that one. Was not meant to be. As much as I love Amika and Matthew Golden, I think at pick 69, I probably need to take a running back here. So like Pacheco, DeAndre Swift. The funny thing about Pacheco is he also has the week 10 bye. So I'm going to continue to lean into that. Same thing with like Pollard. Pollard's still available. He has a week 10 bye. I took Pacheco. A lot of week 10 buys. It's fine. It's still manageable, but it's becoming a thing. Maybe I just tank week 10. Swift goes. That's not great. He's someone I was trying to factor in there to balance his team out. I've got 4 really good receivers. I might want another running back here. Johnson goes. Okay, Laporta or Montgomery. I went Laporta. Let me get a strong tight end on this group. And I got the team stack with JMO. I would have had the team stack with Montgomery as well, but got 2 Lions, 2 Cowboys, 2 Bengals, and Pacheco. 0-2-4-1 build. Fun start. It's the 3rd Best Ball Mania draft of the night. Thanks for being here, guys. Make sure you slap the like. Make sure you vote in the poll. I'm going to close the poll in, I don't know, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. I think it's time. Make sure you voted. Make sure you hit the like. And we'll see. It's a poll on James Cook tonight. So let's see. Go ahead. Vote in the poll if you haven't voted. Make sure you hit the like button if you're watching, if you haven't liked it yet. And make sure you're subscribed as well. Come draft some best ball teams with us. Chill out in the chat. Ask if you got any fantasy strategy questions, best ball questions, life questions in general. Let's get into it. It's a Wednesday night. We're feeling good. Yeah, probably not starting the whole year. Probably not, right? No, I've never done redraft on Master Fantasy Football. Actually, I've never heard of that site. But it sounds interesting. Yeah, Henderson's definitely rising. I'm about to be back on the clock here. Pick 93. Warren or Tracy would be a fine pick here. Warren goes. I think I'll just take Tracy. Yeah, Tyrone Tracy, RB3. Shout out to Hartman. My first Tyrone Tracy share in Best Ball Mania. Pick 93. So paying up for him a little bit. Welcome to the squad. If something goes terribly wrong and Dak Prescott is not there with my next pick, rip. But we'll make do, and I'll pivot. I was going to say take Mark Andrews. He goes. Could take Jaden Higgins, too. He's kind of falling. If not, you just throw in a Baker Mayfield, and you call it a day. And just say, I don't know what you say there. I don't know what I would do. I mean, I guess that's what I would do. I could do ETN. For some crazy reason, if Dak's not there, take ETN. Keep pushing QB. Dak at pick 100 makes a lot of sense. I remember there's best ball teams, best ball mania teams I've done earlier in the summer, back in June, July timeframe. I would have double stacked CeeDee Lamb and Pickens, and then I would take Dak at like pick 124, like 117, like really push him. His ADP used to be in that range. He's risen a good amount. But I'll just take him at 100 today, not risk it. Not worth it. If I'm lucky, I might be able to get Goff to come back around since I already built out that double stack with JMO and Laporta. I do need to get another running back pretty soon, and then I'm still good at receiver for a while. I'll take some depth later to cover the buys. Wouldn't mind a really strong tight end either. But I could always wait for Ferguson. These running backs, it's not crazy. I probably shouldn't take Scattaboo on this one. Not crazy about Charbonnet is what I was going to say. I just drafted Charbonnet in the last draft, so I don't want to keep taking him. He's fine. He's just more of a contingent play. The Monraw drafter has Allen and Burrow, so I'd be kind of honestly surprised if he did take Goff. I hope he doesn't. The Gibbs drafter probably does need a QB. He's got Mahomes, though. Look at this team. It's Amon-Ra, Allen, Burrow in the 3rd round, Sutton in the 4th, Kamara, Kraft in the 6th, Njoku in the 7th, Mixon in the 8th, Palmer in the 9th, and Najee Harris in the 10th. Oh, wow. ETN almost came back around. Don't see that every day. He's making a decision. He's got Gibbs. Does he want Jared Goff or does he want a tight end? He takes the tight end. We live to see another day. I'm going to grab Goff there for my double stack. Boom. Double stacked Goff. Double stacked Prescott. I've got Chase Brown, T. Higgins. This team's coming alive. I think I need to get another running back before it gets too late. Pick 124, Ray Davis or Bigsby seems totally fine. Burden there is a smash, though. I feel like that's hard to ignore. Do I think I can make up the running backs later if I did grab Burden? Yeah, there's some decent running backs at 141, 148. At 124, this is kind of a wide receiver cliff. So I'm going to go Burden first, and then it would be these running backs, and that's kind of the way it goes. Even Stevenson's there. I'm going to go Burden. Burden as the wide receiver 5. I love this wide receiver room. It's insanely strong. Very stacked up. The running backs are good enough. Chase Brown, hold it down. Pacheco, back to his glory days. Fully healthy. Let's hope. Fun start. I like this one. Jeff T, you read my mind. Yes, sir. Okay, sweet. No, I'm just not familiar with it. That sounds interesting. I have to look into it. I thought I smelled something. I think I hear an alarm going off. I think the other part of my house is actually up in flames. The bye week bros are coming for me. Did I get out of it though? I mean, the QBs are good. The running backs, we're working on it still. The wide receivers, 2 out of 5, we're working on it, and the tight end's good. So we're working on the bye. We're working on the bye overlap problem. I think we're getting there soon enough. Coming back up, it's going to be picks 141 and 148. Ferguson actually went 123, so that's kind of interesting, but I have the double stack with Dak. I don't need Ferguson there. You guys already know who I want at pick 141. It's clearly obvious, and I can go ahead and spoil it because I don't think there's anyone in this draft room who's in the chat who's chilling with us tonight. At least I don't think there is, but Love goes 138. What a steal. Do I think I can push Jaden Blue in this room to 148? Probably not. Tootin goes 139. The drafter here has 5 running backs. He only has 2, so he's going to double tap most likely. Bigsby goes 140. I'm just going to pull the trigger. I'm going to go ahead and take Jaden Blue 141 to go with my Cowboy stack. Another week 10 running back. Uh-oh. Looks like we're losing week 10. What's up with Ray Davis falling, though? Pretty insane fall on Ray Davis. There's no way he comes back around. It's perfect for the drafter in the 1 spot, but Ray Davis was going in the 140s when Best Ball Mania opened, so it's not like it's that crazy of a discount. Okay, tight end wise, I could do Pitts, or I could take Ford here. I'm going Ford. I feel that strongly about Jerome Ford. I've been taking him a ton. I had like 2 to 4% Ford before the news in mid-July. Since then, I'm at like 16% Ford. I draft him a ton. I'll take Ford way ahead of ADP. I think he's just a solid pick. I could be done with those 5 running backs. I'm not going to be. I'm going to take 6. Probably going to be a 2-6-8-2 build again. The receivers are so strong, though. I could do like a 2-7-7-2 or a 2-6-7-3 if I need to. I don't even like what other QB would I even stack up, right? I don't know. I've kind of done it already. Stick with Goff and Prescott. Richardson late could be kind of nice if he's there. I almost took Pitts at 148, but he didn't really fit this team. I've got Laporta. I'll take some other later tight ends. That's just fine. Tight end doesn't matter too much. I've got Laporta covering me. Rather get the running back slash flex filled up with some more studs. That's not bad. Maybe that's why we saw him fall a bit here today. That's not a bad idea. I'll move him down a little bit. I still like him, but maybe I move him down about 5-6 picks. Yeah, I got a lot of Burden. Burden's fun. Kyle Williams going 161. He's been falling a little bit. He's not really a sure starter in week 1, so that's probably part of it. 2-5-5-1 build for me. I need a tight end at some point. There's not really any here that I like. Boom. 165 Richardson. Let's go. Sets up the Alec Pierce nicely. No more week 10. No more week 10 wide receivers. No more week 10 running backs. Let's get that straight. Okay, JCM or Eckler straight up. Well, Eckler goes. That solves that problem. JCM it is. Bill. They call him Bill. They used to call him Little Bill growing up because he looks like Little Bill, apparently. He used to have a shaved head. So his friends called him Little Bill. He said this in an interview on the sideline during training camp. Now he just goes by Bill because he's not so little anymore. Krosky Merritt. I think part of the thesis on him is the high-scoring offense. To me, it made sense here. I want to get my shares up on JCM. I have the Week 17 correlation with the Commanders and my stacks on Dallas. I don't have JCM with a Dallas stack because I haven't been drafting him. So, and I need another running back here. So it made a lot of sense on this team. Also, we'll see though. I mean, with, like I said, with Brian Robinson there, even Eckler, it's a 3-headed monster. It's kind of crowded. I need to select the tight end before it gets too late and I forget and I go solo tight end. 3, 6, 5, 1. I need to get 2 more receivers and a tight end. I think I'm done at running back. Ooh, JT Sanders going in the early 16th round. Tesla going in the late 15. Someone got a nice value on on Quentin Johnston, but I think he's going to continue to fall. Okonkwo's been rising. Horton sighting. Yes, sir. Blue, you're my boy. Shout out. Schmaden Schmoo. He's the blueprint. It's Jaden Blue. Everyone's going to learn his name this year. Like I said earlier, you thought Travion Henderson popped after one big play. Well, wait until they see Jaden Blue on the field. Alec Pierce, way too easy. I'm overexposed to Alec Pierce. I need to work it down a little bit, but I think the dude's just good. I'm going to forget to take a tight end. Mason Taylor. Looking pretty good. Could be nice with Laporta. But I've got late options like Freiermuth and Juwan Johnson, even Schultz. That I kind of want to go Adonai Mitchell first. Tesla was long gone. Tesla would have been funny. Just keep stacking up Detroit. Adonai Mitchell, Mason Taylor. Adonai Mitchell, Mason Taylor. Let's go Adonai Mitchell. The only non-stacked receiver is Higgins, and he's team stacked with Chase Brown, my second round pick. Other than that, Luther Burden. And the dude, also a stud. I love this team. The wide receiver room, this is a Candyman signature wide receiver room. CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins in the 3rd round, George Pickens. Almost got Terry McLaurin in the 5th, but it works out nicely. I get Jameson Williams. I double stack him with Laporta. I get Goff later. I got Luther Burden, Alec Pierce, Adonai Mitchell. I honestly have no idea how it's going to work with Tyler Warren, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, and Adonai Mitchell. Something doesn't add up. Not all 5 of them can eat. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor's on that squad too. So something doesn't add up. But we're not playing season long. This is best ball. I want spike weeks. That's Alec Pierce. He finished the season last year, I think wide receiver around 40. But he was like a top 36 receiver in best ball points added. Big spike weeks, 7 touchdowns. A lot of them were 20 plus yards down the field. One of the most explosive, like big play receivers. The deepest ADOT in the league, over 20 yards average depth of target. And Mitchell, getting a lot of good camp buzz, up and coming star. Can he put it together? Can he take the step forward in year 2? He was one of the younger wide receivers entering the league last year. He and Worthy. So can Mitchell take a step forward? It's sounding good. Got the double stack with Richardson to Pierce or Mitchell. Some big playability. Explosive plays, hitting the lineup, hitting the flex. I mean, for Pierce and Mitchell to hit my lineup, if it's not week 10, they're going to have to outproduce CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, George Pickens, and JMO. So if anyone can do it, these guys can with spike weeks with touchdowns, big play ability. Mason Taylor's still there. I think he's going to get snatched up right before my pick, but if House always wins doesn't take him, I think we're good actually now, because this guy's already got 3 tight ends. And for some reason, Noah Gray, Arroyo, and Theo Johnson all got drafted before Mason Taylor, who is healthy. He's practicing in full. We saw the highlight, him catching a sick pass in practice. I'll take some more Mason Taylor on this squad. Let's do it. No Minnesota pieces, no Jacksonville pieces, but a nice little squad here. Week 10, I'm going to have Tracy, Ford, and JCM to cover 2 spots, maybe a flex. It's risky. I'm also going to have Jameson, Burden, Pierce, and Adonai Mitchell to cover 3 spots, maybe a flex. I will have both of my tight ends, and I'll have 2 out of my 3 QBs. So I'm sacrificing some floor in week 10. I think I can recover. I think this team can be strong enough to carry. But yeah, the bye week bros are furious on this one. It's a fun squad. I built a really nice, I posted on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at FFB Garage. You'll know when I'm going live. You can see all of the other great content creators in the best ball space, in the fantasy football space that I interact with, that I retweet their stuff. You can catch their live shows. You know, a lot of times we have great guests on. We had Steve Shout from the Fan Speak Network on Monday night for the Ballsy show with Bindles and I, and then all the other good stuff going on. So appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Come get in here, say what up in the chat. Come draft with us. We just wrapped up a 3rd Best Ball Mania team, and it's a banger, a 3-6-7-2. Let's review this team, and then I think it's time to draft an eliminator. Also, I want to check in on, let me see, the Thursday, 3-putt Thursday. It's 51% filled. It's probably going to overlay, but it might just autofill over the night. It closes at 8 a.m., so I might just check that in the morning. I entered one lineup for 3-putt Thursday. It's the BMW Championship tomorrow. I got lucky. I got the 1 spot, so I got a Scotty Scheffler team. I was feeling pretty nice about that. I also got Russell Henley to come back around at the 2-3 turn, so that was pretty sick. And Cameron Young, who's kind of on a heater lately, so that was fun. I might do some more. It was like 20% filled when I entered one earlier today. It's now 50%. It might fill up all the way. It's not a huge size. First place is 2,500. 10th place is 400. So still nice for a $5 entry, but I don't think I'll do any serious volume on it. But maybe throw a few more entries in the morning if it's not going to fill. If it is going to fill, I might just keep it with the 1 lineup because I got Scheffler 1 for 1. I'm going to look at the eliminator. The eliminator is surprisingly close to filling. It is 90% filled. I think people are hammering the 8-hour slows on the elim. I might have to enter like 2 or 3 slows, or maybe even like 5 elim slows just to get some more volume in. I've only done 20 elims, and I definitely want to do closer to 30. Let's do one now. Let's do an elim now. I'll draft it with y'all. I'm not entering it yet. Let's review this team, and then we can count it down. Y'all can jump in. We can draft an elim together. Should be fun. We got the Mason Taylor. It all came together. Yes, sir. Richardson. I think I was on RB. Yo, Anthony, what's up, brother? Smash the like. Get in the circle. Good night. Good night. Appreciate you being here. Have a great night. Get a good rest. My man. Yo, Kenny Fox. What's up, my man? Perfect timing. Your ears must have been burning. We just finished our 3rd Best Ball Mania. And now... Oh, wait, that's not the song I wanted. Here we go. Let's get into an elim draft tonight. I'm going to review this team real quick, and we'll jump into an eliminator. Yo, Who Hames, what's up, brother? How's it going, my man? Hope you're doing good. Who Hames? Yeah. Theo's fine. I think he's fine. Nice. 3 Huskies earlier. Did the Husky fill or something? Let me look on my phone. No, it's still open. I've been ignoring the Husky too. I'll get back to it at some point, but it's still open. The Eliminator is gonna fill next. That's the next one up. Nice. Let's do it. Let's review the team. Let's get into an Eliminator right after this team review. The 3-6-7-2. I mentioned the Dak Prescott, all the Cowboys we have here in this team. Jared Goff, Anthony Richardson, QB room, 4 out of 5. Very strong. Chase Brown, Pacheco, Tracy, Jaden Blue, Jerome Ford, Bill, Prosky, Merritt. Running back room, 3 out of 5. I think it can get there. I think it can be good enough. Really anchored with Chase Brown. Need to bounce back here from Pacheco. And then we got some depth. The wide receiver room, CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, George Pickens, the double stacks. Jamison Williams, Luther Burden, Alec Pierce, Adonai Mitchell, the double stacks. On the back end, the front end, the middle. The tight end, Laporta, double stacked with Goff. Mason Taylor, rookie upside, to go along with Burden, to go along with JCM, with Blue. The wide receiver room is a 5 out of 5. It's hard to beat this. Very strong. T. Higgins in the 3rd round. Come on. Tight end room, Laporta, Taylor. 3.5, maybe a 4. Probably 3.5. This is a pretty good squad. I don't know if this is the best team I've drafted. It's probably one of my top 10 favorites in Best Ball Mania I've drafted, though. Really fun. All right, Eliminator time. I've got it up here. I'm going to type it into the chat. When you see that I've joined the Eliminator, that's when I'm entering it here, if there's any kind of lag. So if you see it in the chat, go ahead and hit enter. I'm entering it now. And it's filled. Filled quick. Filled really quick. Sorry if you couldn't get in, if you're waiting to try to get in. Let's rip some Elim drafts. Weeks 1, 2, 3 are the ones I care about, so I'm using my best ball overlay tool to highlight those weeks on my players. So like when you see Barkley, he's playing Dallas in week 1. I've also got Steve's Eliminator ranks in here, updated as of Monday. I'll flip back and forth between that and ADP. This is my 21st Eliminator. I'd like to get maybe 10 more in. It's 90% filled, though. It's going to fill quick. So I might have to do a couple slows, and if it fills over the next 12 hours, maybe I don't get in as many as I wanted, but it's been fun. The Eliminator, it's a lot different this year. All right. Let's go. From the 4 spot, what are we going to get into here? What is it going to be? Not Saquon. Gibbs. Green Bay, Chicago, Baltimore. Not the most attractive matchup. Philly, New York, Chicago. I go Gibbs. I'll take Gibbs. Seattle, New Orleans, Arizona. Just Gibbs. Just take Gibbs. I went CeeDee Lamb on the last team. That was a best ball mania. This one's an eliminator. I want to get Gibbs. I want to anchor down with a strong running back, potentially. Although typically the receivers get pushed down just a little bit. So at pick 21, I wouldn't be surprised to see McConkey, maybe London, maybe AJ Brown. Maybe I can grab an elite QB at pick 28. If not, another decent running back. I see David in here. I wonder if he's going to stop by. He might just be drafting on his own. Don't know if he's been in the stream yet tonight. Shout out to David Lutomsky. He's been putting out some streams as well. Some good stuff. Drafting. Dancing Dolphin. The draft from the one spot. Furuyama. I recognize him from the golf streets. He does a bunch of the best ball PGA drafts. I see him in those rooms all the time. R Houston 13. I don't think I've ever seen that name before. Hookah falling a little bit. I mean, Nico and St. Brown in round 2 as well. It always shocks me. Kyron going in the second round. Wow. Interesting. Almost on. Yeah, there he is. Yo, what up, David? He's always lurking. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You guys knew it before I did. Pulled the chat over. I was like, maybe he's been lurking. Maybe he's just drafting. If he sees we're in the room, though, together, maybe he'll come stop by and say what up. And he follows through. So I think Lad here. We do all tournaments. Lad and Gibbs together. I got Lad. I almost took Josh Jacobs last second. I really thought about it because, like, I just realized the tier break. Wow. Steve had Bowers really ranked low. I didn't even see him. Just the tier break there until, I guess it's Hampton. Hampton's fine. Hampton, honestly. So that's kind of the order I'm thinking. I could go with, like, well, there goes Jacobs, of course. AJ Brown, sure. T, Hampton, or Allen would be nice. Lamar goes. Allen goes. Either T or Hampton. T is probably the better pick. Hey, made the choice for me. I will take T. Higgins. And this is essentially his ADP in this format. But I don't know why it's so different than the other formats. It's kind of confusing to me why the ADPs are different where they are. I mean, I get it in theory, but the running backs go higher. The elite QBs tend to go higher. Honestly, in the last Best Ball Mania, I saw Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson both go in the second round, so it's not as high as that, but Kyron in the second round here. Hampton at 27. McBride falls to 30. Seems like the elite tight ends are a little bit undervalued in this format, or not perceived to be as valuable. Gibbs, McConkey, Higgins. I love this start. 3 good offenses, 3 good players, obviously. Let's see what we can do to build out around these guys. Hames, one of the Huskies I recorded, there was a guy doing his own thing. Didn't realize halfway through that he was just like going off. Yeah, I think the second best ball mania I did tonight, a drafter took, was it Josh Allen in the second round, and then Joe Burrow in the third round, and then he had like crazy stuff. But it was passable. It wasn't egregious. It was just a lot of weird combos. I think he took like Kraft in like the 6th round, or Josh Palmer in like the 7th or 8th round. Some weird stuff. Hubbard at 39, Hendo at 41, Cook and Breece Hall off the board. At 45, I don't really have access to maybe Ken Walker or Kamara. With Ken Walker, though, I'm a little bit hesitant that he's like dealing with his injury. I've been liking Hurts. Jason at 45 seems fine. Emax pretty nice. I'm going to take Ken Walker. Just, I don't want to get completely buried at running back. And I think the options that come back around at wide receiver, I might like just as well. Kamara was kind of an interesting one there. He usually starts the season pretty strong. Hurts and JSN went right before my pick. Marvin Harrison at 42 seems pretty crazy. T-Mac makes it to 48. McLaurin, 47. McLaurin's been going pretty late in these drafts. He went in round 5 in the last Best Ball Mania. Cool. I think it's an easy choice for me. I just go Joe Burrow here. Hit the stack with T. Could have taken JMO if Joe Burrow wasn't there. Detroit stack. In this Eliminator draft, through the first 5 selections, I've got Jahmyr Gibbs, Ladd McConkey, T. Higgins, Kenneth Walker, and Joe Burrow. I'd say it's going well. It's just fine. I like to build out teams this way. Smashing Lloyd in the back of drafts just because he's just practicing, right? Who Hames? I don't know. The fact that he missed so much time, it really gave Emmanuel Wilson, who also missed some time, but really Chris Brooks, another like leg up on the RB2, RB3 duties. I think it's truly Jacobs or nothing. And it's tough to try to split the RB2 between 2 or 3 guys in that kind of role. So I'm not back in on Lloyd yet, but I mean, tell me more, because I could be convinced. Tyler Warren pick 40. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Maybe Tyler Warren goes pick 40 next year. You know, I could see that. Lloyd getting some hype. I'll check in. I'll check the coach speak. I'll stay on the radar. I'll see if I can check, what's going on with the training camp and everything, how he's coming back from the injury. I know they like Lloyd. They want him to be in that role. They want to use him, but it just seems like he's not getting there. It's interesting. Coming back up, pick 69 and then 76 for me. I think I'd like to get another couple running backs and receivers pretty quick. And I don't know. There's Travis Hunter goes. I really would have liked Hunter at 69. I've been seeing Olave fall. I don't know what that's about. Just reading about Olave right now. Ankle? Question mark. Minor ankle injury. What's going on with all these players, man? Crazy. All right, I guess I'm going Myers or Debo. I'm gonna take Debo. I don't know why his rank is so different in this format. He's getting good news out of camp. Olave is dealing with the minor ankle. The week 1 matchup for Debo against New York seems fine. About Hawkinson. He has kind of a nice schedule. Chicago, Atlanta, Cincinnati. We used to get Cincinnati in week 3. Cincinnati goes Cleveland, Jacksonville, Minnesota. Caleb is there. I think he's falling a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and go Laporta. Either him or Myers. I think I do feel good enough to take Laporta. I want Laporta because I want access to a tight end who can smash in a week and help me. I had the team stack. The only drawback is I already have like a need to get a 4th receiver and a 3rd running back, and now I'm kind of pushing it a little bit. Sacrificing that to get Burrow, borderline elite QB, and then Laporta, borderline elite tight end. But I feel like in this format, the kind of evens out. Like some of these running backs go earlier, but then the receivers you can get in this 90 to 100 range are a little bit better than you would expect. So I'm probably going to hammer 2 more flex positions pretty quick. I don't think it's like I could wait for Jared Goff. I could take Herbert. I could wait for Herbert. Let's just see. Maybe I should have taken Golden there at pick 76. Like Buka goes 73. His new price. Rice makes it to 79. Mixon goes at 85. Mixon goes higher in this format than he does generally in a Best Ball Mania. That's interesting. Kind of the opposite of what I would think. Ready to get hurt again. That's the theme of every player at every team's training camp right now. They are all getting hurt. Everyone has an ankle. Everyone has a hamstring. Whatever it is. Shoulder. Football, man. Yeah, that's interesting. I get what you're saying there. I try not to put too much emphasis in what the beats say. Billy's working on a Vikings triple stack, Cowboys triples, and Eagles double stack on DK right now. No running backs. That sounds fun. 3 very solid teams to do it with, at least. Pick 93, pick 100. I was looking for a wide receiver. Reed's there, but he's injured. Have we gotten any news? Only that he's not certain for week 1. That's not ideal. I need someone who's going to hit the lineup in week 1. I need a flex. This is not an ideal spot to be in. Not as good as I thought it would have been. I can attack it with some depth. Reed should be back sooner than later. Let's take Reed. I'll attack it with some depth. I'll make up for Reed. I'll take another player or 2 that will give me some week 1 upside at wide receiver that I think are getting undervalued going like the mid or like later rounds. I'm pretty good at finding those guys. I need to find another running back soon. Pick 100, then 117 coming up, then 124. I think I'm in a good spot where, yeah, either Kelsey or Andrews would have been nice. I did get Laporta, so I wasn't like stressing on picking them. I could just do May. I'm going to keep my option open. I don't think I'm going to take May or Williams or Purdy here. Higgins seems like the obvious answer. Pittman. Pittman goes, makes it easier for me. Running back wise, it's not the range unless I want to pull up like Tank Bigsby. Get some Higgins. Jayden Reed has the early bye. He's dealing with the injury. This is not seemingly good. It's probably not the best pick for this format, but kind of got into a spot where I needed a receiver there, and he's the best available. So end up going with that. And then I'm going to keep pushing running back, it looks like. Get some volume later. Higgins, early bye, but strong. Camp reports on Higgins looking good. Definitely a starter week 1. Clicking Lloyd right now. Iron Hero, Pacheco, fingers crossed. That's pretty fun. I think that can work. Oh, I never ended the poll. Let me end that poll. I said I was going to end it. Make sure you vote. Vote now if you haven't already voted. I said I was going to close it like an hour ago. Make sure you vote. Getting in the poll. We got 29 votes. If we can get 1 or 2 more votes, let's see if we can do it. Appreciate you guys being here, liking the stream. Thanks for helping me out. And I got a new sub tonight. So our sub count's up to 439. Can we get it to 440 before the end of the stream? If you're watching, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Help me on my goal to get to 500 before the start of the NFL season. Come draft some best ball teams with us. If you have any fantasy questions, draft strategy questions, bring them on. A ton of sharp people here in the community in the chat. We love talking ball. So you know where to find it. I'm going to end the poll here, 29 votes, and we'll see the result. 72% are in on James Cook. Interesting. I'm back on the clock. Pick 116. Goff first. And then maybe Herbert. Maybe I should have reversed that order considering the whole McConkey thing, but what are the odds that any of these guys want Herbert? Well, he goes immediately. I guess you can backstack Herbert. Well, should I have stacked Herbert and McConkey? Probably. I did it because I have Gibbs and Laporta, so what's the difference? Love has the finger injury, so he's getting some FUD. I can just take him too. Loveland's there. Big fan of Loveland. He's got a really nice opening schedule. I might just grab Loveland. If I did, I could push and try to get Stroud later. He doesn't really come back around either, though, does he? 141. I don't love the QBs that I'll have access to later. I don't love as much. I mean, it'd be like Tua, Bryce Young, Geno. Okay, well, Love goes. That makes my decision a lot easier. McCarthy's still there. I just don't have any pieces to get to McCarthy. I think I'm going to go Loveland here. Really pushing the running backs. It's like I'm playing chicken to get my RB 3 and 4. So you guys are 72% in on Cook. I honestly feel like the sentiment on Cook was pretty bad for the first half of the summer. And then maybe I just didn't check in enough, but it seems like people are still pretty excited about Cook going in the 4th round. Blue goes at pick 129. The drafter in the 9 spot knows ball. Young at 130 and then Stroud 131. Yeah. I don't know. It snap filled. I must have been the last one to join in. Somehow David got in. His team he's cooking up right now. Derrick Henry, Chase Brown, Kittle, Hinder season. Strong start. Pretty fun. Williams, Diggs, Golden, Addison. That's one way to dig out of it. You get some value on Addison. Obviously, the suspension hurts in this format, but Drake May, Bateman, McCarthy, Braylon Allen, 137. So that's some high confidence in Braylon Allen, which I think is justifiable, especially in this range. He'll continue to rise. Spears, ankle injured. Gonna go Benson here. Maybe. Tootin, Ford. A lot of week 8 bye overlap. Pick 141 coming up. Tua, Cam Ward, Geno. Definitely need to grab a running back. I'm going to let it hit on Tootin at 141. Talent can win out. I got 3 players on the week 8 bye. The bye week bros are furious. Tua does go. I thought Tua would have been a nice pick at 148. It didn't really fit my team so much anyways. Maybe you can backstack him with Malik Washington, Waller, Ollie Gordon. I've got Burrow. I've got Goff. Ford's there. Gino doesn't really fit this team either. It's definitely Ford. I keep hammering Ford. Every format, especially in the Eliminator, he's going to be extra good as an early flex option. There, I did it. I double tapped the RB 3 and 4 in the round 12 and 13. Seems decent. I had to pet my dog. She was stirring. She's been asleep this whole time. She just stirred. OM got 50 in for the Elim, hitting it up tonight. Yeah, it's going to fill in the next day or two, it seems. Maybe not tomorrow, but definitely before the weekend. Or by the weekend. People are going to hammer some slows on it, and that'll help it close even faster. It was at 90% filled exactly before this one started. And if we check now, I bet you it's like a 92%. No, it's still at 90. Okay, people are going to sleep, so I guess they're not hammering the slows just yet. I don't like slow drafts. I don't want to do any more. But if it meant getting in 5 more eliminators, I might do a couple slows. Two, 4, 5, 2 build. Are there any quarterbacks I like left? Yeah, you know, like Rodgers or Russell Wilson or Flacco being there later makes some sense for some early resilience, some depth at QB. I might hammer one of them with one of these picks, but I'll push it because these guys have 3, 3, and 2 QBs. Does Roshan add anything to this team? Seems like he's like the forgotten man. So Spears is still available. Pretty big discount on Spears, I will say. Roshan, kind of a nice schedule as well. Team stack with Loveland. Spears is injured. Can't win if they're injured. In this situation, I am going to go Roshan. Two or 3, 6, 7. Probably 2 build. I think I stopped with those tight ends with Loveland and Laporta. I've got 5 receivers that I like. I could tack on, 2 more. So for me, it's like Russell and then Flacco. I saw Aaron Rodgers went right before my next pick. I think I'm going to go Russell here in this format. Eliminator. Maybe Slayton's there later. Probably not, but maybe. Otherwise, just ADP would have me taking tight end with Strange. I don't like. Leggett, I don't love. Norton's interesting. A bunch of other tight ends. If it's a receiver, it would be, for me, yeah, like Slayton, Pierce, Gordon. He'll still be there. Running backs, I don't think I'm missing out on anything. A bunch of injured guys. Could have considered Bill Krosky Merritt, of course. So I grabbed Russell Wilson. I bet you he's playing in week 8. There's a good chance he's playing in week 10. But he's definitely playing in week 1. And this is a tournament where you have to advance out of week 1. It's a 50% advance in week 1. This is the eliminator. And then it's a head-to-head coin flip every week there on out. So Russell Wilson makes some sense in this format. So does Joe Flacco a little bit. I think Joe Flacco just has an equal amount of pressure to get replaced to Russell Wilson. It's not that different with Shador there. Shador apparently beating out Dylan Gabriel until the oblique strain. They did some testing. Shador Sanders has an oblique strain. One of the things I opened up the stream talking about, one of the news and notes from today. Funny to see like Strange going pick 177 in the eliminator. Still past his own ADP. He usually goes higher, but kind of where the, when the money's on the line in this format, people don't like Strange as much. Strange was going around pick 220 or undrafted in the big board in the early days of Best Ball Mania. He was still, last maybe 2 rounds of a pick. He's risen so much today in the normal tournaments to around 13, 14 range. I think it's crazy. It's like all his upside's baked in. Pretty flat, though. I mean, this is all $1 auction bid range anyways, so he needs to be like a top 10 tight end to pay off, and I don't even think he can do that. He's not going to beat out Goddard, Kraft, Njoku, Loveland, probably not even Kincaid. I just can't see it. And then now he's going over guys like Otten, Okonkwo, who've already done it before. Jonnu Smith even, who finished last year as a top 10 tight end. On a new team, new situation. Apparently he's injured too, so what's going on? Shipley and Keaton are pretty interesting to me. So is Coker. I need the running back just that much more, so I think I'm going to go Will Shipley first, and then try to get Coker. Be right back. I'm going to let the dog out. She's got to go outside. I thought I left it on the board. I took Yoshivas, and I hate that pick. I regret it already. I have the stack at least with Burrow, but I can't stand that pick. I don't know, whatever. I wanted Coker, and he went the pick right before me. And I just was scrolling through the receivers, and I couldn't find the name that I liked. So I queued Noel. Maybe I should have done it. Maybe I should have taken Noel. I do have Higgins on this squad, so like maybe Noel would have made sense. I couldn't find a name that I liked. Ended up taking Yoshivas. I should have just taken Adonai Mitchell. I feel like I'm done at running back because I've got those 6. I've got 3 on the week 8 bye, but should be fine. Still got to get there. Adonai Mitchell goes. I'm thinking Tesla to go with Goff. Are there any Giants that I like? I don't think there's a single Giant that I'm going to want. No. So then, receiver-wise, I'll get the receivers and the running backs. If it's not Tesla, Ray McLeod, Lockett. Let's just go with Tesla. Ooh, I actually do like the Sean Tucker pick here. That's pretty savvy. David gets Ollie Gordon and Noel and Slayton. I like those picks. Pearson, Thielen as well. Some good late wide receivers. I capped mine off. I pulled the trigger on Shipley, and then I went with Yoshivas and Tesla. So not terrible. I mean, it could be worse, but those guys really helped me out. Probably not too much. Good puppers. Yep. And she just had to go out. Scatterboo and the Elam. Hopefully the hamstring is good. In on Cook the whole time. Going to be sad not getting him in the 5th anymore. But we've known the entire draft cycle that McDermott loves Jimbo Cook. Been taking him on that alone. That's interesting, yeah. I didn't think he'd really hold out. I wonder if Ray Davis does start to get more work than the obvious, like do the touchdowns regress. This team, this eliminator draft, my 20th eliminator, 21st maybe. 3-6-7-2 build with Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, and Russell Wilson. Unlimited. Broncos country. Let's ride. Now on the New York Giants. Unstacked, but good floor addition. Some ceiling as well from the QB group, which has like the highest ceiling to score points of any group. So you want to consider definitely taking 3 QBs when you can in the eliminator. Burrow and Goff to hold it down. Russell Wilson, like I said, an extra element. Gibbs stacked up. Got Ken Walker. Tootin, rookie upside. Ford should have the role early on. Roschon has kind of a nice early schedule. Minnesota, Detroit, Dallas. Those should be some fun games. So maybe high scoring, maybe get an opportunity to score at the goal line. He's not losing to the job to Kyle Monem guy. We'll see. Will Shipley, also a fun early schedule. Got 3 running backs on bye in week 8. If I even make it to week 8, we're doing good, but kind of interesting. If I could have Ford and then one of Roschon and Shipley hit the lineup, it's kind of asking for a lot. So I actually have a pretty bad floor for week 8. I think I screwed up the bye week a little bit there. If we get to week 8, who knows what's going to happen anyways. But I would need 2 hits out of these 3 guys. Maybe they can do it. I got Ladd, T. Higgins stacked up, Devo, Jaden Reed, who's injured right now. Hopefully he can be back soon. Jaden Higgins, Yoshivas, and Tesla. And then in week 8, receiver-wise, I'm only missing one receiver. I'd have access to 6 to hit 3 receiver spots and a flex. So I feel pretty confident that 6 of those guys could hit 4 spots. Laporta and Loveland. Tight end room, 3.5 out of 5 stars. The wide receivers, probably give it a 3.5. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Running backs, you got Gibbs, can't be that bad. But the bye week issue, 3.5 out of 5. QBs, decent, not incredible. Got Joe Burrow stacked, can't complain. This is a good enough team to advance to get like 6 out of 12 in week 1. I have some good week 1 matchups, maybe some high scoring games. I don't love this elim, but it's hard to know what a good eliminator team looks like. Just gotta hope it advances out of week 1 and then let fate take over in these head-to-head matchups. Consecutive 15 head-to-head matchups, weeks 2 to 16, and then week 17 is 3-person final, which is going to be insane. The odds of making that is incredibly small. But it's going to be a fun sweat. It's going to be a fun tournament. The Eliminator, it's 90% filled. It's probably going to fill before Saturday. Another one. One tight end in the last room I go. Peep mine. Yeah, let's look at David's. I'm gonna check the stream. If let me see how many new subs we got during this stream. We're still at 439. I will run another elim if we can get to 440 subs by the time that I finish reviewing David's squad. If not, that's okay. And I'm definitely going to do more drafts like tomorrow and Friday and like some more nights this week. It's getting kind of late. I could squeeze in one more. It's cutting it close. If we can get 1 or 2 more subs in the time that I can review David's team, I'll have that extra energy. I'll be down for another elim. Otherwise, we did 4 drafts tonight. We did 3 best ball manias and an eliminator. So we've done a good amount. And we did a bunch of drafts last night and Monday night. And we're going to keep going the rest of this week. Let's peep David's team from the 8th spot. A 2-6-9-1. Incredible. Wow. Classic Lumsky build. He goes with Drake May and JJ McCarthy. Derrick Henry. Chase Brown, Travion. I saw that start. I like that. Braylon, Eckler, Ollie Gordon. The running back room is very strong, very robust. Not any issues with the bye overlap. So that I give the QB room. I'm 3 out of 5. RB room looks like a 5 out of 5. It's hard to get better than that. It's pretty solid. QBs, JMO, Diggs, Golden, Addison, who's suspended, but Bateman, Thielen, Pierce, Slayton, Knoll. It's still, you got a lot of depth. It's still like a 3.5 or 4 out of 5 because JMO's good. Obviously, his ceiling outcome could be huge. Same thing with Golden. Diggs, off his, we want the bounce back. So, I would say 3.5 round up. It's a 4. You got the volume. You definitely have the volume with those 9. But just George Kittle, I don't know. I think maybe you'd want to have just the extra tight end over a guy like Knoll or Slayton. I think it could just increase your floor a little bit. But it's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off. It would just suck if Kittle rolls his ankle before week 1 or in week 1 and he misses 2 or 3 games. He'll just take a bunch of zeros at the tight end. So your team would have a little bit higher floor, a little bit more resilient. Be tossed out like one of these extra wide receivers. In the eliminator, I think even 2 QBs is pretty thin. Have to play it, you know, you have to really get lucky. It's a narrow path forward, but it could work. Someone make a burner, LOL. $440, baby. Did we do it? Summon the bots. Because of the injuries? That's probably true. In week 14. Yeah, I'm just making the case that, like, what if he rolls his ankle in week 1 or week 2? Yeah, I'm not even worried about his... Okay, so that's interesting. I'm not even worried about, like, the thought of him making it to his week 14 bye. It's more about, like, yeah, if he rolls an ankle and misses like a game or two, you just need someone to hit the lineup for a couple weeks. Then you'd want to have some depth there. But it's hard to know. But I think there's just a lot more outcomes where having an extra tight end is better than the 9th receiver. Let's do it. Let's do one more eliminator tonight. We'll rip it. Let's load it up. I'll put it in the chat when I'm going to start it. I'll give you all a minute. I'm going to give you all a minute. I'll put it on the screen, and then I'll let y'all know before I enter it if you want to get in on this elim. I'll let y'all know. Get ready to press that button. Okay. I'm going to enter it into the chat. And when you see that I've entered it in the chat, I'm doing it on the screen. Waiting on one. It's going to fill fast. Dude, I guess people are jamming these elims late because it's almost always, I would expect to see it's like +6, +7. That one filled up. The last one filled up insta. This one filled up super quick. We got OM, Godlike in the 4 spot. Got David in the 5. Kenny the Jet in the 6. We got Vape in the 9. Lal Samo in the 10. I'm in the 11 spot. We're getting after it. It's a late night edition of drafting best ball teams in the Fantasy Football Garage. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching this in the future, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that like button. If you're watching this in the future, leave me a comment. Let me know. Are you in or are you out on James Cook? Were you drafting him? Come say what up in the chat. Let's draft some teams together, have some fun. That's what it's all about. And I'm on a goal to hit 500 subs before the start of the NFL season. We're getting pretty close. I think we can do it. I think we just hit 440. So feeling good. We're feeling the rhythm. We're feeling the vibes. Let's draft another shipper. Let's take down one of these tournaments. I mean, this is probably the hardest tournament to win. Maybe you could argue it's harder to win than Best Ball Mania. It's probably outside of Best Ball Mania and maybe like the largest puppy. But I bet you a puppy's easier to win than this, regardless of like the actual size. Just the randomness, weeks 2 through 16 of those head-to-head matchups. This is going to be like insane. The ROI on this tournament is the worst, if you didn't already know. So it's not a tournament for the faint of heart. It's not for bankroll management. It's for the glory. It's for the fun. It's for the sweats. I'm drafting from the 11 spot. So I'll have a nice time kind of getting some picks at the corner here. Which in this kind of format, I feel like it is good to be in the back half to get 2 picks that are essentially a first-round pick. When you have to have a high floor of scoring potential every single week. So I want to go Genty. Let's just do it. Let's go Genty. I'm going off of Steve's ranks. He had Genty pretty high. I was looking at the schedule. It's like New England, Chargers, Washington. Nothing I can like directly tell from that that would give away why that's like such a favorable start of a schedule. But I would have taken Collins, Nakua, St. Brown's just as fine. I'll go with the Monraw. Brian Thomas kind of has a nice schedule too. Carolina and Cincy. Maybe I should have taken Brian Thomas there. The Carolina and Cincy back-to-back. 2 really solid matchups. I like Lalsimo's start here. Neighbors Thomas. I go Genty Monraw. Damn, sorry, Anthony. Kenny made it in. OMG got in. Some of the guys got in here. It filled super quick. Filled super quick. Speaking of Genty, it's been a while. Let's roll the Genty clip. It's getting some water, but I just spilled some. Give me 1 sec. Are you okay? Oh, perfect timing. Okay, like Worthy, Adams, Cook. I'm gonna go Cook because the drafter in the 12 spot doesn't have an RB. Maybe he reaches a little bit and grabs one. He goes Kittle. So I can get Worthy or Adams. Baltimore, New York Jets, Miami. Go Worthy. Genty, Cook, Amon-Ra, and Worthy. Basic, standard, balanced. No elite QB, no elite tight end. I always think about Hurts there. Could always go Hurts. Seems like he could just start off hot. A bunch of rushing touchdowns. Some nice weeks. I also like the idea of the elite QB in the head-to-head matchups. But if you don't have the elite QB, you sure better hope that you've got like some nice some options. That's where I kind of lean into like the 3 QB builds. Hey, there we go. I bet that bass was booming then for you, Anthony, on the Genty clip, hitting the Macarena with your boys, scoring the touchdowns. You know how it goes on the blue fields, the Boise State, those Broncos playing on that blue field home games. Man, some of those Boise State games came on late at night. I remember there was one they were playing at Hawaii, and the game started at like 10 p.m. Central. I remember staying up to watch Genty in that one. I think I watched most of the first half and then like fell asleep, but I think he had some big plays in that game too. He's a big play waiting to happen. It doesn't happen every play. He's not like the model of consistency. He's kind of like a chunk guy, and then he gets rolling. He finds a hole, breaks some tackles. He's gone for 40 yards. That's kind of the way that it was going for Genty, even in college. Gain of 1, loss of 1, gain of 3, gain of 9, gain of 1, gain of 47, touchdown. Like that's kind of the way it went. Picks 59 and 62 coming up. Wow, Metcalf's falling a lot. I know he has the early bye week, but this is a nice little value on him. A little value. I think I'll take it, and then there's still one of these running backs coming around if I want it. The music. Yo, what up, Vape? Yeah, Vape, make this pick, and I'll catch up with you. I think I'm going to go running back here again. Wait, did Pollard or did Pacheco go? No. Swift is there. Pacheco's there. I'm going to go Pacheco. Why not? I'm going to take the team stack. He's pretty far down in Steve's ranks, but I'm going to go Pacheco with the team stack with Worthy. Just, get some Chiefs on this one. And the week 10 bye is pretty nice a little bit later. Okay, so Vape, and I appreciate you stopping in here. We got Lalsimo in the 10. I'm in the 11. Vape in the 9. Kenny the Jets in here. He's in the 7 spot. Or that's the 6 spot. David's in the 5. OM Godlike in the 4. I think that's everyone. Let me know if I missed you, if you're in here. Roll call. Who else is in this Elim? Vape's trying to get some plus EV drafting in late at night, right before the eliminator fills. He ran into this room. These Elims have been filling quick. Like the queue to wait while the draft fills, they've been filling super quick. Otherwise, I guess the eliminator makes it to Friday night. We'll see before it fully closes. I wish they would turn the slows off because that's going to make it feel so much faster. But I guess that's kind of what they want. I just would rather trickle in more fast elims over the next 2 or 3 weeks rather than have to get them all in the next day or two. Yo, what up? J Lup. About Breece Hall? Yeah, we were talking about Breece a little bit earlier. I was pretty high on Breece to start the summer, start the season, the best ball drafting season. I cooled off on him a little bit, getting more coach speak around Braylon Allen, even Isaiah Davis a little bit, how they're going to use them. The reason I was in on Breece Hall originally was the improved offensive line, Justin Fields opening up running lanes for him, keeping linebackers distracted with the QB spies and keeping tabs on Justin Fields if he takes off running. The reason I've been more out on Breece Hall is because, like I said, Braylon Allen, and maybe the Jets just suck. I think Breece Hall is very talented. He is still coming back from that injury early in his career, so he's never really lived up to this workhorse back, and now it sounds like Braylon Allen's going to be the 1B, but he can still be a big play waiting to happen. He has a high floor because of his pass-catching skills. Can the touchdowns be there, though? That's the question, because Breece Hall is way more talented than James Cook, but James Cook scores a hell of a lot more touchdowns in the Bills offense than you do on the Jets. That's kind of where I'm at with that, and I'm not out on Breece. I had a big bag of Breece early in the summer, so across all tournaments, I'm still at 9% Breece, but I feel like I'm not drafting him as much lately. I'm going to take Mahomes. I'm going to make YOLO bet go for Sam Laporta. He doesn't have a single running back. What the hell? Okay, imagine this. You don't have a single running back in the eliminator. You already have George Kittle, and then you take Sam Laporta. I don't understand that at all. He would have taken Mahomes, though. Look, he takes Purdy. He would have taken Mahomes. I'll take Mahomes. I want the stack with Pacheco, with Worthy. I need another receiver here. I'm going to go Cup. It's super early. It's kind of ugly, but I'm just going to make Cup work on this team as a wide receiver 4. Could have done Reed. The injuries kind of give me some pause. Could have taken Higgins. He seems to fall in this format. He might even come back around. Could have gone with the running backs. I think Warren or Etienne would have been fine too. Could have gone Kelsey. That might have been smart. We'll see. Kind of frustrated that he took Laporta. I wanted to go Mahomes than Laporta. He would have taken Mahomes. You can tell by the fact that he reached on Purdy to stack with Kittle. He would have taken Mahomes to go with his Rice. So I noticed he had Rice. YOLO. I like the name, though. YOLO bet. I guess the ADP value for Laporta was just too good to pass up on. But no running back through your first 8 picks. I don't know how that wins. The AFC West, the Broncos or Chiefs? It's got to be the Chiefs, right? I mean, they're just a juggernaut of a team. They are an empire. They're a franchise. It's got to be the Chiefs. I think it's who's competing for number 2. Is it the Broncos? Which probably, I think they have the best defense and a really solid team. I like Bo Nix. I like the offensive line. I like the coaching with Sean Payton. Between the Chargers and the Raiders, can one of them have a good year? Maybe. So maybe one of them could be a wild card as well. I think it's a lock for the Broncos to be close to the Chiefs, potentially. But I think the Chiefs got it. It's hard to argue with the Chiefs after what they did last season. I mean, they're a shoo-in to repeat and win the division, I would think. Hey, my man. Appreciate you. Yeah, see, Chris B, CB Jets fan, would be the one to answer our Breece Hall questions. He's in on Braylon Allen, too. And he's a very fair Judge. He's not a big homer just for the sake of being a homer on the Jets. He's pretty fair about the other team's players too. Gives solid takes. I'm going to go with James Cook and then Keon Coleman for a little bit of team stack on the Bills. I'm going to push Warren because I don't think he'll take a third tight end before a first running back. But I could be wrong. He goes with Joe Mixon. Maybe Joe Mixon's not hurt after all. I've got 3 running backs that I like a lot. If anything, I want more receiver depth and tight end. QB-wise, I got Mahomes. And then I'd be looking for Goff here with Amon-Ra pretty much. So I think I'd push on Warren, take Goff, get that squared away with Amon-Ra. Makes too much sense. I can figure something out at tight end later. There's a bunch of good tight ends in the next couple rounds that will come up for me, but I won't have the opportunity to get Goff any later than this, realistically. And I don't want to stack. I can stack Rodgers or even with Darnold late. I wouldn't mind doing that. But I can, my first 2 receivers, I want them stacked up. That's the way to go. Pick 131, 134, notoriously good spots to double tap tight end as well. Yeah, not soft at all. I don't know. You tell me, babe. Hope you're having a good Wednesday night, my friend. Thanks for jumping in here, saying what up. Always good to see you. Yeah, I think the Jets have some decent running backs, right? Really decent. Yeah, YOLO bet. And then Mason Taylor's been looking good. I think that's also some good intel. I saw that clip of him catching that. I think it was yesterday. Mason Taylor. We talked about it last night on the stream too, but Mason Taylor catching that pass, looking good, coming back from the injury. So back on the radar. Who Hames is back. What's up, Who? Chiefs. Hell nah. That's funny. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Chris B. I know. It's a tough division. I think Denver's a great team. I think they're going to push the Chiefs, but it's just hard to see the Chiefs not winning the division. It's really hard to see. I could pull up the stats. They've won it like what? 5 straight years, 5 out of the last 7, 6 straight years. Someone, I don't, off the top of my head, at midnight on a Wednesday night, I can't recollect the glory of the Chiefs' last 7 years, 6 years going with Mahomes, but they're pretty much undeniable. Maybe Who Hames can let us know. Yes, sir. Whoo, whoo, whoo. Who Hames? Mims has been going higher. Mims is rising. Maybe it's just David in every draft taking Mims, but Mims is on the rise. I'm going to double tap tight end, or is there anyone else here I really want? Spears. And I do want blue. Receiver wise, I have enough receivers for now. I can push it. I do like Burden. Ferguson's going to be there though. He's not going to take a tight end. He needs running backs. It's a decent timing for me to take a second running back. I'm cool with Kincaid right now. I like Burden as well. The early buy for Burden plus... it's like... I don't know. Going blue. Genty, Cook, Pacheco, Jaden Blue. I got Mahomes and Goff for the QBs. Receivers are Amon-Ra, Xavier Worthy, DK Metcalf, Cooper Kupp, Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid. Can't believe I took Cooper Kupp ahead of ADP, but it was a weird spot to be in. Probably should have just taken Etienne or Warren, or even Hawkinson. We'll make it work. It's different in this format. I mean, Cooper Kupp is, by all accounts, healthy at camp, right? Godwin, Reed, not healthy. Addison suspended. Also, and this will come as a surprise to some, maybe not, but Kupp's early season performance last year was pretty good. He was wide receiver 2 in week 1. Had another top, top 10, top 12 finish in week 9. I guess he missed some weeks, between between weeks 3 and 7. So whoops. But another top 4 finish, another top 12 finish, top 14 finish, there's a top 25 finish, decent touchdown and some yardage. So he had some weeks. He still had some weeks. That's on the Rams, of course. He's on the Seahawks now. So wide receiver 26 in best ball points added while missing 5 games. So I get him here and I reached for him, but he's like wide receiver 40 here, or like 35 or something. So there's a case. There's a use case for him at least. Hollywood Brown injured. Maybe is he practicing again? I don't even know. He goes. Pick 155. I could do Thielen. Tight ends. Dried up real quick. I'll push that. Running back. Be Ford. I'm going to go Thielen. I feel like Ertz could be decent. It's just a little bit early. I don't want to take him here. I think Ford could be nice on this one. Another flex option. Thielen rounds out the room. A lot of old receivers in this one with Kupp and Thielen. But late buy, can fill in, hit some flex weeks. Gino goes. Ford goes. Wow. Okay. Maybe I do just go Ertz. I'll go Ertz. Yeah, it's fine. I almost took Tillman. I think he could have been a fine bet there too. But I've already got 6 receivers, and I don't know how many more I want. So I'm going to save some for later. Get the second tight end. I think it's right in ADP for this format. Late buy, Zach Ertz. Should be a target hog for that offense, so that could be good. And the schedule seems fine. Okay, we're set. I think I've through my first 15 my build in this eliminator draft. It's a 2-4-6-2 with Mahomes, Goff, Genty, Cook, Pacheco, Blue at running back. Those 4. I've got the 6 receivers with Amon-Ra stacked up, Worthy stacked up. Got DK Metcalf. Rodgers is gone. There goes Sam Darnold. So the late QB, the late third QB, and then Richardson's gone. That dream might be dead. I could do Russell Wilson again. Cooper Kupp, Keon Coleman, Adam Thielen, Dalton Kincaid, Zach Ertz. So I've got 3 Bills, 3 Chiefs, and a couple of Lions. I really thought Rodgers or Darnold would come back around, but I guess in this format, people just take that extra QB that much earlier, which makes me even feel better about potentially getting like a Russell Wilson late or a Flacco late. But I don't necessarily need the third QB, so I'm going to make it like an extreme option for the end, one of the last picks. I'm going to keep hammering running backs here, I think. Dowdle's a pretty good pick in this format. On the clock, I think I will just take Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, another commander back to back. I feel like Shipley's more of a league winner than Roshan, so maybe I'd pull him up. I'll keep the options open. I'm going to take Russell Wilson and then keep the options open for my last 2 picks in round 17, 18. I could just be done with those 5 running backs. 3-5-7-3 type of build. I guess I could be done with those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 receivers. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's see what these last picks are going to be for these teams. Yo, what up, Bindles? Feel bad for the Raiders. Yeah, the Chiefs are just like undeniable. 9 in a row. I like this team. Hey, yo. Appreciate you. Bindle's getting some late night. Doing some late night stream watching. Love to see it. Not surprisingly to most of you, that's 10 minutes ago, so Bindle's probably already asleep again, but appreciate you stopping in. Appreciate you all being here. Make sure you hit the like if you haven't already. If you're listening in, if you're new here, watching this in the future, subscribe to the channel. Let's draft some best ball teams together. Talk fantasy football strategy. Learn something new every day. Have a little bit of fun. Yeah, I just haven't been taking a bunch of Hollywood anyways, as it is, Who Hames. When do I think Judkins plays? I have no idea. I'm going to continue to play it like he's not playing. In this eliminator format, it's even worse of a bet because the more weeks that he misses, he's a dead roster spot, and that's not great. In like a best ball mania where he could still come back for like the playoff stretch. But he hasn't signed with the team. Legal situation pending. The league could suspend him or put him on the NFI list if he does sign with the team. Or the commissioner's exempt list, I guess, is what it's called. So it's a tricky one. I don't know. I'm not really drafting him. I'm drafting way more forward I've been trying to get more Ford. I missed out on him here. Probably should have taken Ford. If I thought more about it, this guy was not going to take a receiver. I definitely should have gone Ford and then Thielen, but I did allow myself to get Ertz, so it's overall fine. Man, Slayton and Horton go. Slayton would have been kind of nice on this team with Russell Wilson. I didn't even see where Wandale went. He must have gone a little bit earlier. There he is. Yeah, Wandale went pretty early. I don't need another tight end, but I probably want one more. I don't need another running back, but I might want one more. I kind of the same. It's kind of 2 luxury picks. I need to figure this one out. How am I going to spin these picks? Tesla. Running back wise. I'll go Tesla first because I haven't figured it out yet, and I might just be taking a tight end. Schulte, who they're trying to replace and has not been great. Can't block. Freiermuth, pretty good. Any running backs I want. Corum could just be a league winner. I don't know if that's true, but every time I think about it for more than a second, I think he could just be a big hit. So I threw Corum in there. 3, 6, 7, 2. Tight ends. Dalton Kincaid and Ertz can cover it. Tight ends don't matter so much. I think I'm good with my bye weeks. And yeah, I'm fine with the bye weeks. I didn't do too much on week 8 bye this time like I did last time. But I did just throw in 2 more week 8 buys with Tesla and Corum. But I'm just thinking about it, it's like, man, maybe Kyron gets hurt. Maybe he just splits more workload. Corum could just be falling into touchdowns week after week. He could just be a guy you really want late. So that, to me, is worth more. Running back touchdowns, hitting my flex, is worth more than replacement level tight end hitting my tight end spot. So that's what it comes down to for me in this one. It's an eliminator draft. It's the second eliminator draft of the night, the 5th overall draft we've done live tonight. And we've been ripping through these drafts. It's fun. The eliminator is going to close soon. Seems like the Husky 2 is going to be open forever, which I've been waiting to rip some more of those too, but I didn't want to rush it. I'm trying to get my Best Ball Mania volumes up and in. I took 3 Chiefs, 3 Lions, 3 Bills. So if the Chiefs, Lions, and Bills sound like good teams to you, maybe this squad can make it through week 1 into the future to the head-to-head matchups. I kind of like being weakest at tight end. Seems like a good way to play this too. Vape. I'm like, I would have done 50, but it's going to close too fast. And I'm just not going to do slows. So I'm going to get up to 30. This was number 20 or 21. I'll get up to 30. And that might even be with doing 3 or 5 slows. But if this thing closes tomorrow, that's it. If it closes, Friday night, I'll probably get in 5 more, maybe some slows. Wow, that's crazy. That makes sense, though. Yeah, Stafford comes back healthy. It scares me so much. Yeah, I'll take a look at Kenny's team, too. Appreciate you, Vape. Fun draft, and catch you in another one soon, my man. Yeah, we did. This is a 3.5-hour stream. We did 3 Best Ball Manias, 2 Elims, and got 2 new subscribers. So easy game. But I appreciate y'all being here, chilling with me on this Wednesday night. Neighbors Puka is fun. That's a really fun start. 3672, Mahomes, Goff, Wilson, Genti, Cook, Pacheco, Blue, JCM, Corum, Amon-Ra, Worthy, both stacked. The DK, the Cup, Coleman, Thielen, Tesla, Kincaid, Ertz. Let's peep Kenny's team from the 6th spot. 3582, strong structure there. Burrow, McCarthy, Bryce Young. I like the QB room. I'd give it like a 4 out of 5 stars. Kamara, B-Rob, Dobbins, Scattaboo, Kareem Hunt. I like the Kareem Hunt finisher on this, actually. And Kamara notoriously starts the season strong. B-Rob could be on a high-scoring offense. Same thing with Dobbins. Scattaboo is the man. I think that's a solid, like, 3.5, because it's not truly elite, but it's like I'd give like a 3.5 stars. But the receivers, of course, this is what I was waiting for. Jefferson, London, Higgins, Pearsall, Douglas, Cedric Tillman, Leggett, Pierce. That's like a 5-star receiver room. Evan Ingram, Arroyo can get it done. So I like that team. That's very nice. Yeah, just one at a time. Trickle them in before this thing closes. Fun draft, fellas. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hitting the like, for saying what up in the chat, and for being subscribed. I'll catch y'all in another live stream soon. Maybe tomorrow night. We'll see how I'm feeling, what's going on. But I'm definitely going to be in these streets, drafting these teams all summer long. You know where to find it. Make sure you've got notifications turned on if you want to come draft with me. You can follow me on Twitter at FFB Garage to know when I'm going live as well. And I'll see y'all in another one. Peace out. Everyone have a great Thursday tomorrow. Let's get it. Adios.